Welcome, brothers and sisters. We are finally here. We are finally at the No Way Home spoiler discussion, my bitches. Like, what is going on right now? Like, bro, we are feeling all types of fucking emotions right now. Some good, some fucking up, like sky high. Like, bro, God is Spider-Man right now. That's how it's feeling. Like, there's a Spider God right there. Madam Web, no. We got. Huh. Anyway, I don't even want to say anything without saying a spoiler review, you guys. If you have not seen this movie, oh my god, it's the natural webbing. Spoiler discussion, bitches. Spoilers only.
Spoilers.
This is literally the only moment I'm saying this, guys, because I am so excited. I am on that Spider-Man high right now, and I sure as hell know everyone is right now. So one last time, spoilers from here on out. If you guys have not seen this film, please go see it 5 times. You know what? Fuck it, 10 times, bro. If you have to, just for everyone involved. God bless you, Kevin Feige, Sony, Amy Pascal, and all you beautiful bitches out there. But let's, you know what? Before we get into this, we got a lot of people here, guys. We don't usually got a lot of people on here unless it's the drafts, but it's a very special week, very special movie review. And yeah, let's just go down the list. What's going on, Deibs? How you doing, my man?
Oh, man, I just got out of the theater not too long ago. It was one of the best movie theater experiences of my life. I'm glad to just celebrate Spider-Man's greatness with all these amazing fuckers right here on the show. Just thank you, everyone, for joining. Let's get into it because this was one absolutely monumental film.
Man, dude, this is gonna be such a great conversation. And what is going on, Amanda Garagi Carhorn? Sorry.
Thank you so much. Thanks for that. I cried the whole third act. I cried. I can't wait to chat about this with you, lovely people. The hype is unreal. The adrenaline's ridiculous. So we're gonna have fun. I'm so excited for this.
All right, I was definitely expecting a little bit more compliments on my hosting from you, but
you're doing
great. That's totally besides the point. What is going on, my man, Leo?
Oh my God, bro. I mean, is this a dream, folks?
Nah.
Like, seriously, it feels like we're in a dream here. This is the ultimate Spider-Man movie for all superhero fans, you guys. Like, I'm speechless. This is my second viewing of the movie. Having to be quiet for about 3-4 days was a pain. But I don't know how being able to talk about it. Thank you guys for having me on. I'm so excited to chat about it. I mean, let's be real, guys. The Spider Trio, baby. All 3 of them, baby. We talking spoilers. Tobey Maguire, Andrew Garfield, baby. Can't wait to talk about it, y'all.
Amazing.
Hype.
Man, dude, this is so fucking hype right now, but none of the other. What is going on, AJ? It's been a minute, man.
It's been so long. So long. I'm excited. Best trilogy ever for Marvel. That's all I'm going to say. It's the best trilogy ever.
Okay.
And I'm excited to talk about it.
We got to wait till Ant-Man, but yes.
It's going to be...
Hold on. Wait. No,
I had to. You guys know I had to.
I can't argue that. I love both the Ant-Man movies too, so...
Right,
okay, that kind of hurt my fucking feelings a little bit.
I'm sorry.
The 2 other Spider-Man come in and we talk about Ant-Man.
I'm joking. He could have been in the movie. We don't know.
Stop talking about Ant-Man. Stop.
Sorry.
Stop, bro. Stop this. This is why we don't let you.
Sorry, boss.
We don't let you talk.
Sorry.
Anyway, what is going on, Ryan O'Toole? Are you here to fix our broken hearts?
I'm not sure because I'm broken just like you guys, but also excited to talk about this movie because wow, what a fucking movie this was.
Yeah, baby.
It was so good. Thank you guys for having me. I'm excited to talk spoilers.
Nah, glad to have you, man. And dude, we're talking about a monumental movie here for a lot of people, but let's also welcome what's going on, Jalen.
What up? So I also just got back from the viewing about an hour ago. My heart is singing, soaring, and all the like. Like I said, it's full spoilers. Seeing Tobey on that screen just melted me. So I'm excited to just unpack it all with y'all.
Damn, great having you on, man. What about you, Lo? How are you doing, my man?
Hello, everybody. Welcome. Glad everybody's here. I'm so happy to be here. I'm so happy for everybody that loves this character. My heart is gushing. My emotions are pouring out of my eyes. I just want to say, what better time for the four of us geeks to get back together? We haven't been all together in a while, and this monumentous occasion has brought us together along with some of our dearest friends. So I'm so happy. I can't wait to dig in with you guys. Leo, how the hell did you do this for 72 hours? How?
No way.
I
That's a
respect
great
it.
question.
It's crazy.
Round
I
of
was like,
applause for Leo, to be honest, because
I was like, I don't even want to talk
did it.
about. I don't even want to talk about Andrew Garfield. I don't want to talk about any. I was like, I'm not even going to talk about the past Spider-Man movies. I'm not.
I mean, you could have
I mean,
me, Leo. You could have gave me all of it.
Yeah, my man, I could have.
He coulda, he woulda, but he definitely not shoulda. But you know what?
I wanted to know it all.
You know what I do want to know is a bunch of y'all general motherfucking impressions, because this movie has a lot to talk about. This is a massive movie. A lot of things to dabble in, a lot of character arcs. You know what before we get into that real quick, I just want to say I'm kind of shocked to find out. So I don't remember where I read this, but someone said that we were going to get much deeper into who these villains are. And I don't really feel like we got that. I don't feel like we got much deeper, but I feel like we did get like that tiny bit deeper. That's just something I'm throwing out there for people to think about, because that was something I was going in with some expectations, getting a little bit deeper into some of their thought process. But I think a few of them might have gone back a little bit, but we'll discuss that in a little bit. But yeah, I want your general impressions, Deibs. Just hit me with them.
I think the conversation here isn't whether or not this is the best Spider-Man film ever made. It's whether or not this film is better than Winter Soldier, as I've always said is my favorite in the MCU. I think the conversation is now where this movie lies in terms of best superhero films. For someone like me who has waited for Peter to have massive consequences for him in the MCU, you've had Homecoming, you've had Far From Home. It didn't really click for me in terms of consequences. The full weight of Peter's actions were felt in this film, and that really clicked. I was on record, man. I was on record that I was a little concerned about this movie being, too many villains being crammed into this movie, and I'm just so happy to say that John Watts absolutely squashed every single one of those fears 100%. John Watts directed his ass off in this film. I think long-term wise, I think every single MCU fan has to be ecstatic that this man is going to reboot the Fantastic Four franchise moving forward. I also think Tom Holland cemented himself as the best Spider-Man ever. His performance during the emotional beats in this movie were 11 out of 10. You saw that chemistry between Peter and MJ, and that was also an area that I was really concerned with, that we wouldn't get enough MJ and Peter. There were so many moments in this movie that really clicked for me between those two. Their dynamic was just straight fire, especially that scene when Andrew caught her at the end. There's just so much to talk about here. As great as the action sequences were, the emotional moments for me were my favorite moments in this film, period. So I got to say, I thought this movie was just a great analogy for graduating from high school and becoming an adult, which makes me so excited that we're moving Peter forward into this dark adult world, and where that will present Peter moving forward. There's just so much to talk about, top to bottom. One of the best movie experiences of my life.
Yeah, Deibs, you couldn't have said it better, man. This movie, what, Deibs? Not Deibs.
Can I add something to that?
Yeah,
I really do like that. The people's criticisms about Tom Holland's being a little too much like Iron Man, being more like an Iron Man Jr. type of character throughout the two films. I like how
they squashed that in this movie.
Yeah, I like how they made that a strength within No Way Home. I like how they just.
Can I really just redirect that to AJ? I know you're my Fantastic Four guy. Did any of you start thinking when you saw Peter Parker in the lab helping others?
Yep.
I went immediately to Reed Richards.
Mm-hmm.
We see John Watts and Reed Richards and Peter Parker in the same lab together, working, talking shop.
That'd be crazy.
That'd be amazing. It'll happen now. We said it, so it'll happen.
That
Anything's
specific scene
possible.
was definitely like a tryout for him.
Yeah. Yeah, it's true.
This movie just kind of blows me away. Sort of like in a sense of what Deeb said. Like John Watts like supplemented himself. He fucking dug himself into the roots of the MCU. And he's staying there as someone who's created one of the best trilogies in the MCU to this date, in my opinion. I think it's far superior than Iron Man's, Thor's, and fuck, bro, I'll say it, Captain America's. And you know what? It's fucking amazing knowing this man is going to start and reboot the Fantastic Four because he really brought his A game in this movie. And I think that was the best thing about this, honestly, is that he did everything so purposefully, and with intention to a point where everyone got their own due. All the villains felt like they got enough screen time. Maybe you can make an argument for the Lizard and Sandman, which I feel like we all kind of assumed just going into the movie at this point, because let's be real, it was Willem Dafoe that really stole the show when it comes to who the villains are. And then I'm kind of surprised with how much time they give you with Toby and Andrew Garfield, to a point where they have a nice combination of the villain story and Peter Parker's own story of becoming that Peter that I feel like everyone's had a complaint that he isn't, becoming the Peter Parker from the comics, living on his own, being on his own, fighting problems on his own and using no one else. Because at the end of this movie, that's really the ultimate cause, is his own stupidity really ruins it for himself. Because if you really think about it, this movie could have not happened if he told Doctor Strange, can you just make sure these people don't forget me and we're all good? That's literally how that could have went. He would have been fine.
Or if he just called MIT and was just like, hey.
Yeah.
You didn't call him first.
Or just didn't even fuck with Doctor Strange and sending them back, because him just saving her literally got them that admission. So his consequences really paid for by being alone, getting Aunt May killed, and ultimately being by. Dude, it's just crazy to think, because I feel like we all went into this movie kind of assuming that's how it's going to end, because that seems like that next step for this character. And man, I know this is jumping ahead of the gun a little bit. I just want to say that new suit. Oh my God, I can't wait to see it in sunlight, bro. Oh my God, bro.
I don't know if you all played the Spider-Man game.
Absolutely.
Spider-Man 2. Similarities to the
Hey Ryan, can I just piggyback off of that for a second?
Yeah, go ahead. Go.
So I'll admit, I had problems with him messing up the spell, and I was like, that's a annoying way to bring everybody together. But I'm kind of self-reflecting as I drove here and as I'm listening to you. I think what's nice and full circle about this film is that it was an immature and selfish thing for Peter to go to Doctor Strange and cast the spell, but it was a selfless and like mature thing for him to cure the villains. And
so much growth.
The more I'm thinking about it, the more that it's settling with me that that's part of Tom's journey. Like, he had to mess up, he had to fail, and he had to redeem himself. So
he's still a kid.
Yep.
He's still a kid.
No, he's a man now.
But this is his transition to becoming that man, because I guess we'll just start off with that the way the movie just left off, really, and just his life, because we see he is going for a GED. So that leads me to believe he dropped out of high school, or not even dropped out of high school, that the spell worked to such an extent that literally people just forgot everything about Peter Parker and just who he is as a person. Like, he never even existed to them. So it's not like he's restarting as just Spider-Man, but as a person. So that idea is kind of scary to know, like, where he's going to be as a character. And you know what? He's smart enough. My man is going to dig him out of it, because that's who he is. But you know what? I've gone a little off track. Amanda, what are some of your general thoughts on this movie, Sweet Pea?
I cried the whole time, as I said. I think that this is the most beautiful love letter to Spider-Man, to Spidey fans. I think Stan Lee would have been really proud of this movie. I'm kind of peeved there wasn't like a little, because they they not that obviously there wouldn't be a cameo, but there was a magazine with Stan's face on it in Let There Be Carnage. So it would have been nice to kind of like incorporate him in this, but I loved it. I thought it was really well done. I echo what everyone's been saying. This is the first time where I don't feel like he was overshadowed. That was one of my main issues in the other two films. Far From Home, not so much, because I think it was just more playful with Jake and that he had like an older actor there with him to play off of. But this one is like, I feel like him and Doctor Strange were on par. And like they were business partners, you know, like a part of the Avengers instead of like Doctor Strange talking down to him or like, you know, telling him what to do. It was more of like, let me help you and all of that. So it was more of like a team effort with MJ and Ned. So yeah, I really, really love this. I feel like this is one of the best Marvel movies just because of the stakes. You know, at a point I thought that literally Tom was going to die, but obviously not. But I did feel that, like I did feel that because I had a theory before, it's on cam, that I said that he would die and then Andrew would switch in and then bada bing, bada boom, we'd give him a third one, but that didn't happen obviously. But
you just want Andrew back.
I want Andrew back. And honestly, I went with my cousin and he said that he hated Garfield's Spider-Man's. And then after watching this, like, I have to go back and watch it because like he really got me with just this one performance. Like I think that's amazing. And then we're gonna gain a new appreciation for Andrew. I already had an appreciation for Toby. I do love the fact that we got to see them and there was just some great banter, some great dialogue. I do have to say that this was so well balanced. There was humor. They didn't undercut it. They didn't undercut the emotional scenes with humor. Like they let scenes breathe and you could feel the pain. You could feel all of that. And Tom Holland put on a clinic in this movie. Absolutely phenomenal work from him. And there's just so much growth, as we said. He is a man now. And you felt that at the end of this, opening that door to that apartment. And I'm like, this is effing Spider-Man. And we'll get into like, yeah, I had to say it. Yes, no swearing, but also swearing. Hell yeah, he's Spidey. But that's what I've always wanted. And I'm on the same wavelength as Deibs with this. So this is a fantastic third installment. And I cannot wait to see what we have in store in the future. So
Amanda's got me ready to run through a fucking brick wall, man. I'm ready. Check it out, man.
Don't hurt yourself, but yes.
Definitely hurt yourself. And honestly, I think that's the thing with I just think the trilogy as a whole is each film just feels like so unique and different, and it makes me appreciate it really that much more because each film they really try to do something different that we've seen from even the last movie they had just done in the MCU with that character. And then you look at what they did with Tobey's Spider-Man and what they did with Garfield's Spider-Man. It feels so different. You go back to each film and you get something different out of it. Each aspect is just something from Spider-Man that you don't get from each other film. This is easily, without a doubt, one of Spider-Man's darkest films, if not his darkest film. This probably brought Peter to probably one of the darkest times we've seen in probably his own solo film history, which is a really interesting aspect I really liked. And they took some risks, I think, coming out of Homecoming and Far From Home to pretty much just focus on everything they've introduced in this movie and the trio's relationship. They completely took out all the classmates in the school aspects, which I found kind of an interesting turn because they really did do a lot of development with that one specific small debate group team between the two films to a point where, wow, it's kind of interesting to see them kind of ignored in this film, which I think worked in the movie's favor because there was a lot to work with in this movie. But to go down the line, Leo, what is going on, my man? What are some of your general thoughts of this movie?
Oh, man. Well, coming out of the theater, what a freaking experience. I gotta say, the first screening, the people weren't as animated as they were in this screening because it was just critics and a few of them. One guy was laughing his ass off the whole time, and then one lady was just like leaning up, clapping a little bit, but she wasn't. Man, I was screaming, y'all. That was such a great movie. I mean, just as a Spider-Man fan and even as just a Marvel fan, I think that it's very well balanced as a movie. But it doesn't take away from Tom's spotlight. And that is something that the Watch series doesn't do too well. And we've seen that in Homecoming. We've seen that a little bit in Far From Home. Jake Gyllenhaal can steal some of those scenes a little bit. That was not the case here. And I was actually happy that they didn't dive too deep into some of the villains. Sandman, Lizard, those are villains I really didn't mind, but I'm happy they didn't go too far down the rabbit hole with them because, man, Tom Holland is an absolute star in this movie. I mean, seriously, this man shows his range in damn near every scene. The scene with Aunt May, I mean, not having to even elevate to the point that Toby did over Uncle Ben, but just the way that he was conveying those emotions. It was so deep and so beautiful. It was wonderful. I mean, an absolutely fantastic film. The action was great. The trio was great. And what I really like is that it hits nuances of Peter Parker as well. We don't see Toby tinkering around with science experiments barely at all in the Raimi trilogy. So it was awesome to see him making the Hawk cure and then Andrew remaking the Lizard one. I thought it was just such a cool way to bring in that side of Peter Parker, and they really do lean on that heavy in this film. Man, the three of them on screen together are magic, man. Absolutely
science, bro.
Line exchanges were great.
Chef's kiss.
And what's so cool about this is you can say this about Defoe, you can say this about any character here. It feels like they just walked out of the last film that they were in.
Yes.
So that's Electro,
Exactly.
that's
Exactly.
Doc Ock, that's Green Goblin. I'm like, wow,
It's like they
Yeah,
on their
exactly.
street again, and they're like, back.
Defoe really owns it, man.
Defoe is like,
Oh,
he came
man.
back
The
in
laugh,
2002 or
the
something.
smile. Oh my god, I was literally screaming.
The scene with the mask where he's just looking at the mask and you get that voiceover of him talking back.
Oh my God, the
evil
mask.
fashion. I'm like, dude,
Just brings back flashbacks.
Yes.
Oh, by the way, Flashpoint. I was like, ha, DC, another name. drop.
Same.
Last Jedi, the mask.
Superman,
I'm like,
Batman, now Flashpoint.
I'm like, let's not go there, fam.
Man, love it. But I really like what you guys had to say about just growth. I love the theme of second chances here. I love that this time Spider-Man actually looks within his heart and is like, let's try to save these guys, give them one more chance at life instead of having them killed. Because that was one thing going in that I was concerned about. I'm like, well, why are him and Strange battling? But to make that the kind of moral battle that they both have between one another, genius. Watts, can't wait for Fantastic Four. Can't wait for the college trilogy. Y'all, you know we getting some Gwen Stacy.
Yeah.
I hope this is the last of MJ. Might be the last of Ned, but I hope this is the last of at least MJ. Fantastic film.
Yeah.
I mean, I have barely any criticisms.
That Tom Holland Aunt May scene was Tom Holland Spider-Man equal to Vince Carter in the NBA slam dunk contest? It's over. It's over. It's over. He's the Spider-Man. Period.
Yeah,
That's game
I do
over,
have
yeah.
to say that Aunt May scene, when that line was said, it literally fixed not having Uncle Ben in this trilogy. And it was just like the most beautiful moment that he needed to push himself forward as Spidey. Because I always said that was the heart of Spider-Man. We know that from like the rest of the films that we've seen. So just that moment, my entire theater, I shit you not, said the line with Aunt May and we started crying. And it was like, oh my, it was just such a magical moment. But then when it was the three of them afterwards saying, well, I lost Uncle Ben, I lost Gwen Stacy. Like it just made it so powerful.
I'll be talking about
and
that
emotional.
scene later.
Sorry, yeah, I had to like touch upon that because that was one of my peeves. It was not having Uncle Ben in this trilogy, and they fixed it for me.
I got one more thing to say. I got one more thing to hit on. That suit, man. That suit at the end. No Stark Tech. Our man got the police scanner down, straight down apartment. I'm like, this is the friendly neighborhood Spider-Man.
No Stark Tech. There's a little
Stark.
There's a little Stark Tech in this too.
Nah, he's so he got Aunt May's sewing machine, brought it there. I was like, I'm gonna get this shit done
that's
myself.
A straight up, and the police
Sure,
scanner's all super classical and old. I'm like, that's no Stark Tech there.
It is like they're Stark Tech guys. Just like
that's so shiny. That's shiny blue.
It's shiny.
There's no suit that's shiny. That's shiny.
This really makes me question like how they're really gonna reconnect him back into the Avengers after like he's gone through just like so much. That's crazy. But what about you, AJ? What's going on, man? What are some of your general just impressions of this movie coming out of it?
Loved it. No criticism whatsoever from me. Loved it.
Flawless,
movie.
Straight up.
Masterpiece.
masterpiece.
It's
But
dripping
seriously, I really
film.
did love this movie. The action was great. Another criticism that everybody had with the first two films was the swinging element within the Spider-Man's arsenal, and we got a lot of it in this movie, so that's a good thing. Emotional beats was good, comedic beats were good, especially the FaceTime scene with MJ and Peter. I really loved that
So
moment.
cute.
It was really good.
Such beans.
100% agree with
Better
that.
than Nick Game.
Easily.
I don't know
100%
about
better
I
than
don't
you.
know about that.
I'm sorry, man.
100%.
I don't know about
Deibs,
that.
I'm with you. We'll
Nah,
fight.
yeah, it is.
Endgame and
I don't know
Infinity
about
War.
that.
I don't know about that.
Yeah.
Infinity War and this on par is
It's
better than
it's,
Endgame, though.
it's definitely top 5.
Endgame's number 1 for me.
Guys, save rankings for later, guys.
Sorry.
Okay, I'll-
Sorry,
Sorry.
boss.
You shouldn't
Sorry.
have brought up the comment then. That was your fault.
I didn't
Sorry,
bring
boss.
it up. Stop yelling at
That was me.
Oh
My
my
bad.
god.
My bad.
God, Deibs, you're in a 5-minute timeout. You can't talk.
sorry.
You're disarraying our conversation right now. Thank
Silence
God.
him.
Good, as Spider-Man would say, good riddance. But you know what I got to say to that, Ryan? What are some of your general thoughts and opinions, man?
Yeah, so just like you guys, I cried, I was excited, I laughed, I had all the emotions possible with this movie. I loved it. I thought it was great. I was really worried going in, obviously, because of the clips, the rumors, the leaks, and all that. Like it had the potential to fail, honestly, but it didn't. This movie surpassed every expectation. I was very happy with it. I mean, going in, I think the whole MCU Spider-Man trilogy has gotten progressively better. I wasn't a big fan of Homecoming. I thought it was fine, but Far From Home really improved upon it for me. Far From Home is really good, and this one is top tier MCU. Like, just like everything you guys said, Tom Holland became Spider-Man in this movie. He was so good in this film, and just the payoff, seeing all those villains back again, Doc Ock, Green Goblin, was great. I actually liked Electro in here. I'm shocked. He was great.
Shocker.
It's because he got the new, bro. It's because he got the new.
Yeah, he's got the new Lizard. Did I miss anybody? But yeah, Toby and Andrew showing back up was like chef's kiss. But I just love this film. I don't think it's a perfect film. I do have a couple issues with it, but it's fantastic.
Deibs gets me.
I will agree, Ryan. I don't think it's an overall 100 perfect film. There's a few minor nitpicks on my end. I think we'll get to in a little bit. But man, this movie, just the biggest reward for Christmas, bro. That's honestly why I feel like they gave us this movie in December, is because that's how rewarding and just like gifting this felt to the fans of 20 plus years, bro. Literally from childhood to now, that these 3 Spider-Men have been like just Spider-Man in our eyes. We've been debating who's better at what. It don't fucking matter, bro. All 3 of them are Spider-Man regardless, and they're all fucking great. They all just own it. And I'm gonna stop mumbling because we got a lot of people here. What is going on, Jalen?
What's going on? So yeah, I'm pretty blown away. I just got back a couple hours ago, so everything is still very fresh. But I thought that this was honestly like a dream for Spider-Man fans. Like, this was the Spider-Man fan fantasy. Like, William Dafoe still got the juice. It was just great. I loved it. I do have a few qualms that I'm gonna say for later. Like you said, I don't think it was a perfect 100, but I did like seeing the growth of Tom Holland's Spider-Man. Deibs, you hit on it earlier. I love seeing the lab work. Like, I feel like we have not really dived into Peter Parker's intellect and really shined on that. They tried to get with the Stark internship or whatever, but I was glad to see him really do some lab work. I'm just blown away.
He made his own webs.
Yeah, and it did, like Ryan said, it did have the potential to fail. I felt like there was a lot of spoilers being leaked, but once I watched the film, I realized like nothing too crazy got out. Like, it's still a very enjoyable film. Fucking Daredevil was in there. Nobody said that. Daredevil.
Murdoch.
Bro, where have you been? John
Campia.
Oh my goodness, he's just catching bricks and shit. Okay, so yeah, so
Gee.
Ruin the surprise.
First of all,
Go.
whoever threw that brick with their whole chest, because it. Y'all see how deep into that house?
I'm
it
a
went?
really good lawyer.
Like it was still like
Dude,
it had
they
some.
chucked
Okay,
that shit.
anyway.
I wonder who it
I'm ready to
was.
dive into
They
this
put
film.
they put the whole soul into that brick.
Yeah, they meant that for real. So
Could have been
yeah,
Kingpin. Good call.
just a
Probably.
great film. I'm
Really,
blown
Amanda,
away. I'm blown
really.
away.
How great was it that Spider-Man, solved the problem against Doctor Strange with fucking geometry?
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
That's the
Yes.
entire reason why I'm so excited for the Batman is we're actually going to see the world's greatest detective do detective shit.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I'm really
Hell
that
yes.
was just crushed. That was just a beautiful,
Yeah, that
beautiful,
was
well
really
thought
cool.
out scene.
That was really
Dude,
cool.
there's just so much to talk about with this movie, and we're already 31 minutes in. I already feel like we've barely touched the surface
know.
with this. But
We're trying.
Loretto, how do you feel about this movie? Because I feel like you're like, bro, I can see your boner from here. I'll be honest.
Shit.
All right, y'all. Look, I'm not gonna go too long, but I just really, really got to say this. So I think fan service is one of those things in fandom that could be a bad thing or a good thing, and I think this film was a masterclass in tiptoeing that line because I felt like the scriptwriters were like, okay, what do the fans want to see? What makes it work and what makes this movie good? Daredevil, justice for Jamie Foxx, justice for Andrew Garfield, put the Spider-Man together, have a good shot of them posing, like have them talk about Toby's webs. Like they just checked all the boxes
All
of
the
what we needed,
boxes.
and it did it
Yeah.
in like a way that worked for this film. It wasn't
Mhm.
corny, it wasn't cheesy, it was earned. And can I please say, when Andrew walked in,
Oh,
how
my
happy
God,
he
dude.
looked.
Dude, he's just
I
like, I'm
almost
glad to be
cried when he
back.
walked
Feels
in because
relieved.
Same.
he was so
Same.
happy. Like,
And
guys,
he killed it.
if you guys
He's like, I
remember that
finally
thing
got
at
another
Comic-Con, like,
chance.
Andrew
He's a
Garfield
great
loved
actor. Andrew Garfield's a great
this
actor.
character.
Honestly,
Big
Lo,
kick,
yeah.
boom, baby. That was good this year.
I am so happy they did that for him, and the MJ
Year of
thing,
Andrew
and it's just,
Garfield, bro.
like you can see the emotion in Andrew Garfield's face. It's like every time he's on screen, he was just jumping for joy. And can I say one more thing? Like when 2012 Amazing Spider-Man was announced, obviously there was like, oh, Toby versus Andrew. I love that Toby was like, you're amazing. Like you
Yes.
are amazing. And I love that they
Cry.
lifted each other up. And that is freaking Peter Parker and
Oh.
Spider-Man. Like
I'm gonna
that
cry
brought that
again.
home
Lo,
for me because
stop.
I did have issues with the film. We'll get into it later. But stuff like that made me jump for joy as a superhero fan and a Spider-Man fan. Thank you, John Watts. Oh, and I want to trademark this before anybody else steals it from me. I like to call this Spider-Man Days of Future Endgame. It just
I saw your tweet about that.
Where is it? I need to like this tweet.
Okay.
I saw your
it had
tweet.
portals like Endgame, and it was just so fantastic.
I would like to add, I will not trust an actor at all anymore. The
Uh-uh.
lies
That's why
they've
they're
been giving
they're
them.
the big
Paul
boss.
Bettany,
Especially
man,
Andrew
he
Garfield
ruined it
saying
for
he's
them.
not.
Paul
in this movie.
Bettany is on
Paul
site.
Bettany
I
with
will
that
forgive
WandaVision
Andrew and
stuff.
Toby,
I
but Paul
won't trust
Bettany
a
is on
single
site.
actor, a single actress anymore about a movie or anything.
Yeah.
I
Paul
have trust
Bettany.
issues now.
There's
All
Paul
I
Bettany.
will say
No.
about Toby's Peter in this movie is he says him and MJ have a really good life, but the homie looks like he smokes 12 packs a day.
Leave
So is it
him
really
alone.
He looks pretty
Leave
bad.
him alone.
Dude, like,
That
this
was
is
like-
what- bro,
Leave
like
him
when he
alone.
appeared, like I'm like, there's no way this is Toby.
Well,
Maguire.
to be
looks
Voice
fair,
was all
so
rough and rough.
It didn't look that
Yeah,
bad.
he shaved.
No,
He
but
looked good.
it wasn't just his look. Like his voice is so different
boy.
too. He just didn't
He did
sound the
sound
same.
way different.
You're
He
like,
sounded
Great
way
power.
you're like, bro,
Great
you definitely
responsible.
smoked too much weed.
I
Like,
do have to
chill.
say that I was really happy that they gave us Andrew first out of the portal, because I feel like if it was Toby first and then Andrew, it would have felt
obviously,
different.
It's a
No,
it's a bigger moment when
I know. I'm
Maguire
just
comes
happy
in.
that they kept it that way, because they kept Andrew far away, and you could tell by his eyes. I think we've all known that.
we
and
can
Yeah.
question their
That sounds
intelligence
good.
And the
based
suit, yeah.
off the marketing,
it was just
but
perfect.
I'm
It
pretty
was
sure they
perfect.
wouldn't fuck that up because honestly, they really hit the nail on the head with this movie, and
Yeah.
almost like all the aspects I think a lot of people were really nervous about. Like
Yep.
you said, Deibs, handling the multiverse, too many characters,
Mhm.
really trying to figure out where that MJ Ned plotline comes in, the MJ and Peter relationship, and something I'll talk about something I was a little bit disappointed about. I was kind of hoping, especially after that Far From Home post credit scene of him being outed as Spider-Man. I was kind of hoping we get a little bit more of a courtroom type drama in this a little bit. Him handling being known as Spider-Man, because I felt like they wiped that under the floor really fast. And I get why. And it's a complaint that doesn't hinder like my grade or anything. It's just more of an expectations aspect, because it really seemed like that's what they were setting up until they realized like, oh fuck, it looks like we can do this multiverse storyline, so fuck it. But they're like, oh my god, we kind of teased all this at the end. Because if you asked me what I thought this movie would turn out to be after seeing Far From Home, bro, I was saying Craven the fucking hunter coming out trying to hunt Peter after he just got outed, like so many crazy things. But I do want to talk about one thing now before we get into like our favorite moments or the big oomph moments. How do you guys feel about like Oscorp not existing in this universe? Because I'm glad they finally confirmed this in some way, because I feel like that was a back of our head question. Just with this character as a whole, like where's the Osborns? Where's Oscorp? Does it really exist? And it turns out Oscorp doesn't exist yet, or at least, like I said, yet in terms of our storyline that we have gotten. What do you guys think about this? I'll let someone just jump in.
I have to say that if we don't have Oscorp, then, like Timothy Chalamet as Harry Osborn has just been taken away from me, and I'm just upset about that. I had to get that in. I'm sorry.
No, I'm actually not too
I had to
mad at
say
it.
it.
I think it needed to be done because, like, we've already had Green Goblin twice, both in the original and in the Amazing Spider-Man.
Honestly, we've had him 4
Dang,
times
John,
if you
we saw
really
Mr.
think about it.
This was good enough to
Spider-Man
have
1,
Robbie back, I
3,
guess.
and Amazing Spider-Man 2, and this. So that's only
And this,
4.
yeah. So it's like,
Yeah.
go ahead and put it to rest. I think it's
Mhm.
fair.
Yeah, I agree.
I think
Yeah.
everything. I've said this, Leo, Amanda, Ryan. You guys all saw it. Like,
Yeah.
there's a scene in one of the animated series where Miles and Peter team up to take on the Ultimate Goblin.
So good.
That would be a way better path. Like, imagine, Peter, Tom Holland laying in his bed, and he looks up, and Miles is like, "Hey, I need your help coming through the roof." And then they I think that could be a really fun avenue for Peter moving forward, like a little kind of side quest where he helps Miles take down the Ultimate Goblin, and it's a little different. It's a different take, and for casuals, it would be a fresh take on Goblin. I think I'm good with no Osborn. I'm actually good. I think there's a lot of ways this could be a really fun and refreshing and new take on Spider-Man at his lowest peak here.
I definitely feel like I can deal with that Oscorp, but I feel like the Norman Osborn character expands farther than just the Green Goblin. It feels weird that they just keep using him towards the Green Goblin. I mean, the dude literally becomes Iron Man to the face of the public, literally dons an Iron Man suit and creates like a Dark Avengers, which is fucking insane, which is something I want to see personally. So I hope like later on in the future, in the next trilogy, they start introducing these new Osborn characters. And like I said, Oscorp can exist or not. I really don't care about Oscorp. I just want to see these 2 characters. And like I think it was Leo said, like I feel like this is it for MJ and Ned for a while, or at least MJ for a while. I think Ned's done for a good minute as well. And I think that
So I just want to jump in real quick.
Yeah, go ahead.
What I really liked about it not being like Oscorp not existing is that we're putting a lot of these characters to rest.
Yeah.
Willem Dafoe is Norman Osborn, Andrew Garfield, and Tobey Maguire. We're putting those all to bed. All those characters get great end arcs, each and every one of them being cured, and the 2 Spideys getting to go back after this experience. It's the ending arc for everybody, and I think that if you wrap that up, that's one less thing, that we have to worry about.
Craven, baby. Give me Craven.
Yeah, let's.
He has
see
so
some
many
people.
other villains that
He
we
is on
haven't
the
seen
way.
yet. So.
Bring it
Yeah,
in.
that's what it is too. Like, let's do something
And
new. Right?
Mobius.
Scorpion.
I need to go back and when you see all like kind of the
No.
villains coming towards Doctor Strange there at the end.
Yes.
Like, I don't know if I saw it, but there might have been Craven in there. There might have been Craven.
There was
You think you
Scorpion.
saw-
there was-
Right? Did you
Scorpion.
say that?
what?
That you saw Craven?
Craven,
And then,
Craven.
That's
yeah.
still in
Oh,
development.
yeah,
I know
so-
that
Yeah.
Sony was trying to.
So
Bring
like
Vulture
when
back.
the
Yeah, you did say
multiverse was
that.
ripping open, they teased classic Rhino as
I
well.
saw
Yeah.
Rhino.
I was like, y'all see
But
that
like-
rhino
But like
silhouette?
classic
Yeah.
Rhino too. It's really weird because they have like the physical regular human body, but they got the massive horn. So
Yep.
I'm thinking maybe they're kind of like throwing jokes because they've been doing that recently to like some of the older derpy comic book outfits with like WandaVision, Logan, like all these characters they've been doing it. It'd be kind of funny if they made a joke at the old Rhino costume where it looked like a dude in a spandex outfit with like a giant horn. You know what I
Hashtag
mean?
justice for Paul Giamatti.
Bro, can,
If they're gonna do it, fam, why
I
not?
mean,
Let's get it.
the
Oh,
amount
no.
of like self jokes in this movie is absolutely absurd.
Okay.
Like, oh my god, I think I gotta crack my back. Like, bro, come on, how much
Excellent.
fucking on the
Oh my
nose can
God.
you be? It's like Andrew's like, bro, let me help you. Like,
It was the cutest thing ever.
just
I loved
Spider-Man
it.
just cracking each other's back with
It's
Ah,
perfect.
on
He's
top
so
of Lady
old.
Liberty with a
Basic
cap
joke.
shield.
Our boy's so old.
Oh,
So, you know.
even Octavius was like, "Oh, you're all grown up." Yeah, he's old
You
as
know?
hell.
How
But those
are
like
you?
they're so it's just so emotional because we've always wanted them to get like to see them again, and obviously we
Mhm.
couldn't. So just to have them all together, yeah, the chemistry 100%.
Perfect.
Everyone just like
Yeah.
god tier the chemistry.
Yeah.
And the banter, which is something that I live for, was absolute perfection. So oh god, it was funny.
My reaction
Okay.
was MJ's reaction. She's like, just seeing all three of you together. I was like,
I
I'm
know.
just blown away.
Just
Speaking
they
of, when
hugged-
they called for Peter and all of them like turn around.
Yeah,
Peter
we're all Peter
Parker.
Parker now.
Peter Parker, which
We're
one?
all Peter.
We're all
So
Peter,
good.
bro.
Even
cute.
just Andrew Garfield in the laboratory being like, yeah, I already I know, like I'm good at science. And people were like,
Say thanks. I'm gonna take
All right.
off
And he said, "I love you guys" to all of them. I was like, "Oh."
the thank you. Shit. Like, okay. Don't say I love you. God.
All right, so let's go down like our favorite moments. I'm gonna start us off because this moment, like, this was the moment where, like, after it cut away from that this epic shot, like, I went, my hand went down in a fist in my face. We're like, this is literally why I came out of my mother. This was the moment it was for to experience this happening, and I said, "Holy shit, bro! This is a full circle moment." Honest to God. And that's when all three of them got ready and they swung in the moonlight and landed on
Yeah.
Lady Liberty's head. My God,
Yeah.
man. When I tell you them landing in the Yelena Belova superhero pose, God damn, bro. I like literally you couldn't hide it in my pants. It was just insane.
Superhero landing.
Superhero landing times 3 with cinema oozing out of my tits. That's how crazy that moment was.
Oh, God.
Literally, Deibs, what moment literally made you shit yourself?
I think for me, I'm a DC guy. I'm a villain guy. I loved Willem Dafoe in this. Green Goblin was my favorite part of this movie. He was absolutely batshit crazy in this movie. The part where Tom Holland is punching him in the face,
Insane.
and you see,
Brutal.
I was just
You
like,
heard that shit.
like,
Yeah.
That was awesome.
Oh my
That was
God.
the moment. That was
Next
the
Green
moment that
Goblin,
Tom
yeah.
Holland was like, Tom Holland was like, I don't want any of this shit. Like he was clearly
No,
Like,
I
I'm
thought
not trying to save
was
you, bitches.
clearly
He
out
looked
of
like
his
I know. I was
Forward.
like, fuck you.
I just think the fights he had with Green Goblin were so much more brutal than anything we've seen in the MCU. And I just think it's such an amazing concept that Tom's fight there at the end with Green Goblin, and you had Toby saving him from killing him, was the moment that cemented Tom finally becoming Spider-Man, finally becoming an adult. For me was just poetic. It was absolutely poetic. You start with, I'm a huge Sam Raimi fan. Everyone knows this. The fact that you had it, there's just something about that is just, beginning to end and back again. Awesome stuff. For me, it's Green Goblin.
And can I just real quick bounce off of that?
Go ahead.
You were talking about Toby catching what's so cool about him catching that glider is that was him making up for that moment he talked about with Tom when he came in. When the villain died, it did nothing for him. He looks him in the eye, doesn't even say a word, and it's such a powerful scene.
Yeah.
he's solving. I mean, he comes to a resolution, a great into story arc. Same with Andrew with the MJ stuff, but that might be somebody. So
No, yeah.
Thanks, Leo.
Call her
Friendship,
Thunder.
and you spat in my face.
What about you, Ryan? What's one of your favorite moments?
Oh, for me, my favorite moment, we were talking about it earlier, all three of them on the rooftop.
Yeah.
Peter's mourning Aunt May's death. MJ and Ned are comforting him. And then Toby and Andrew come in. And Tom Holland's like, I'm done with this. Like, you guys can go back to your universes. Like, I'm done with this fight. I'm going to kill Goblin. He took Aunt May from me. And you have no idea what I'm going through. And it's just Toby and Andrew just saying their past, what they've been through. Toby's like, I lost Uncle Ben. And Andrew's like, I lost Gwen. Like, that's what got me. Like, that scene right there is fucking Spider-Man right there. That was honoring the character of Peter Parker and Spider-Man, all three of them together, comforting each other, having Peter's back, Tom Holland. That scene was my favorite scene by far in the film. Yeah.
Amanda, did you have another favorite moment you wanted to touch on?
Yeah, it was literally am I allowed to say the MJ scene? Because like that for
No.
me, okay, well, I'm gonna say it anyway. That's when I really started crying because Andrew Garfield, the moment in the lab when it was Toby and Andrew and they were talking about MJ and he asked like if Andrew had anyone, you could feel the pain there. Like you could feel Andrew's pain the entire time. And that broke me. So that moment when MJ falls, Holland is busy doing his thing. We all knew. I knew that moment when that happened, when she fell, I'm like, this guy's gonna do it. And when he caught her, clapping, screaming, cheering for freaking Garfield. I'm here sobbing, like audibly, like I'm like crying. And Andrew Garfield's face, literally the tears that came out of that man when he caught MJ, that just like made up for the fact that he didn't get a third film because he just poured everything into this. And it was just one of the most beautiful moments that I could have wished for Garfield. So yeah, that was just, for me, it hit. It really did.
Garfield got his motherfucking moment, and you love to see it. But what about you, AJ? What's one of your favorite moments, my man?
The whole movie.
I thought that. I thought that.
Beginning to end, fam. No wrongs.
Nothing.
Nada.
But seriously, you guys touched on all of them actually. But I do want to touch on just one thing. It was the mirror dimension scene. With Deibs touched on this a little bit, where Peter was using what was it? Geometry.
Yeah, geometry.
To figure out what he can do to help escape Doctor Strange. And at the end of all of that, I love how excited he was. He was like, "Oh my god, I beat Doctor Strange!" It was a really cool moment.
Remind me of Ant-Man and Falcon.
Yeah, it really did, and that was just a cool scene for me.
What about you, Jalen? What's one of your favorite moments, man?
Yeah, so Amanda touched on one, the catch. No, that was phenomenal. That was like Andrew Garfield was acting in that scene. Like I felt every part of that. I love that, and I love that they didn't do the prototypical like Spider-Man dives after his girlfriend per se, because we have seen that dive a lot. Thank you, Samuel Raimi. But
Samuel, oh shit,
Samuel, I like that.
He has done that so many times. But I really did like that. Garfield got to have his flowers. William Dafoe smashed it. Loved every part of that. And at the very end, I did love the fucking OG Spider-Man feel. Like this man, it's 2021. This man pulled out a police scanner app. Like he's looking for that.
Thank God.
Sewing machine, made his little suit, and the suit kind of reminded me of Tobey Maguire's sketch when he was gonna do when he really was gonna be Spider-Man. It was kind of like a lighter blue, like a shinier type of blue. So I really like the suit. And then of course I touched on it earlier. I am a huge fan of Daredevil. me and Deibs talked about it before. Like, I'm super excited to have to know that Kingpin is somewhere lurking in this universe.
Yes.
That's why I'm like, I'm not too
yeah.
mad about Oscorp or Osborn, I should say, not necessarily being in this universe, because I feel like Kingpin is just going to be that monumental down the line that I feel like we don't necessarily need him right now. So I mean, I was just like in a full fist bump when I saw Charlie Cox on the screen. I do wish, a small part of me, I wish they brought him in the interrogation room, or like Ryan said, if we were to get a courtroom scene, Murdoch could have got him off. Like, Murdoch is a good lawyer. Like,
maybe it's in the future.
They kind of just explained
Better
it
call
away.
Murdoch. Better call Matt Murdoch.
Like, that would have been, oh my god, I would have killed to have like a Murdoch.
We were robbed of that, to be honest.
I think this movie confirmed that we are 100% on path to get Spider-Man and Daredevil fighting alongside the rooftops in New York City. That is versus Kingpin. That is 100% happening
with the Fantastic Four at this point.
Yeah,
they bought the tower, fam. It's good.
Human Torches flying by.
Flame on.
But yeah, so those are some of my biggest takeaways. I mean, I don't really have any complaints about this film. I loved it. Love seeing Tobey Maguire. Oh my god, my childhood heart. Oh my god, Tobey. Like I said, I love the banter between them. His old man back that just needs to be popped, and just them reflecting on their past. I like that him and MJ finally figured it out in their universe. They're finally together after some years. So just an excellent film.
I mean, if it's still the Kirsten Dunst MJ, I'd leave that dimension.
We don't need. No. That's a totally different conversation.
Gwen Stacy, the best love interest out of all of them.
Facts.
Well, MJ in this one though.
So I gotta, before we get to low, I'm so sorry if this question goes off the rails for asking this right before you, but do you guys think it's confirmed that it's Fisk Towers that's replacing Stark Tower?
It's more than likely that it's going to be.
Yeah, do you think it's like pretty much confirmed at this point between Hawkeye episode 5, Daredevil showing up in this? It's like it seems to all be coming up. But Loretto, what about you, man? What's a favorite moment of yours?
I was gonna say you actually yours was my favorite, but to highlight something that I really enjoyed, I love the fact that they utilize the fact that they're all scientists, and like we had like Norman over Peter's shoulder, and then he was like, in another universe, if you ever need a job, I would hire you. Like you're brilliant.
No, if you would travel back and forth.
And to kind of further expand on that, what really warmed my heart for my favorite villain out of all of them, I know you guys love Willem Dafoe, but look, I love that they used Otto's heart in this movie, and he was helping them, and that was awesome because Otto really did have a good heart. He just lost his head because of the chip, and they fixed that, and then he actually was just really nice to everybody, and he had the nice moment with Toby, and he was really endearing with everyone, and I love that he was the one to shut down Elektra. I thought that was the perfect way to kind of tie him back in and give Alfred Molina his moment, because Alfred Molina is my favorite Spider-Man villain as Doc Ock in Spider-Man 2.
Mine too.
So that was awesome.
I will not die a monster.
Power of the sun.
I love that they use that too.
Yeah, with the arc reactor. And he was like impressed. He was like, "Oh,
it was great."
I'm something of a scientist myself.
Yes, I died laughing. I was so good.
See what I'm saying? They were just checking boxes. They were like, "How do we just make everyone get tickled?" Like
it was perfect. It was so perfect.
And it's funny that they all knew what he meant by Peter Tingle.
It's like
they're like, yeah, bro. We all have our Peter Tingle. But there's also one more moment that's absolutely gorgeous. That like literally, when I think of what I want a Spider-Man movie to look like, or at least like a Spider-Man 2099 movie to look like, I think of this scene from No Way Home, and that's the scene right after Aunt May dies, and he's looking at the board of J. Jonah talking, and it's just his silhouette, his small silhouette in this oversized billboard of J. Jonah Jameson in this super neon blue black set. Dude, it was such a gorgeous and such a dramatic moment with the fucking rain coming down, hitting my man's in the
I got
face.
major Blade Runner 2049.
Yeah,
Yes.
major Blade Runner 2040
With Ryan
It was-
Gosling looking at Ana de Armas.
It looked like
Yeah,
it was in a
dude.
music
That's-
video too.
I had major vibes of William Dafoe from the original Spider-Man when he
I would
said, in
hope
spite
so.
of, when in spite of everything you've done for them, they will eventually hate you. That's what I was thinking of when
Yes.
he's literally watching. Literally,
I mean,
everything you've done for them, eventually they'll hate you.
I mean, that's literally the whole plot for this movie is him trying to reverse people for that reason, trying to reverse their opinions for that. He's literally just quoting him of the situation he fucked himself into, which I always find kind of funny. But man, oh man, guys, we gotta talk about this moment. And it's the Daredevil moment. Like what we all, if you guys have been keeping up with the leaks, if you guys accidentally got fucked by John Campia, you guys
And Grace
probably
Randolph.
knew this was coming.
Wait,
But
can we talk?
Grace Randolph, yeah.
One second. Can we talk about how everyone is mad at John Campia because of
Bro,
that?
you cannot tell
Hold
me-
on. But is it mad that every single leaker already talked about that Daredevil was going to be in the movie anyway?
Yeah,
But they didn't drop straight up screen.
Yeah, he like straight up
Bro,
confirmed.
Movie.
He
different,
dropped
man.
two of the
Like,
biggest
those were actual
moments in the
stills.
movie. Like it
Bro,
was
Yeah,
bad.
big scenes. Yeah.
Actual
was
stills.
bad.
I was like, I cannot believe that. There's that Campia link.
We
Link.
all saw
You can
it.
see.
Like it was terrible.
Yeah, I saw it.
Yeah.
It's the
It's
three of them
not-
like facing. Who are they facing? Strange. All three of them facing Strange, and then Matt in the
Yeah.
apartment. I'm like, oh, there it is.
It's like, why would you give that away?
Regardless of it like being blown
Man.
for a lot of people, how did the moment feel? Just knowing that Charlie Cox is Matt Murdock is in the
It
MCU.
wasn't as amazing as Toby and Andrew because I already saw it coming. I'm like, I know Daredevil's in this movie.
It
but
still
it
hit
was-
for me.
It's still great to see him, though. It's still
I
great
think-
to see him.
I think the shock was it was literally in like the first 5 minutes. Like it happened.
Yes.
Like
Yeah.
that was like the
Yeah.
biggest
It
thing
came.
for
It
me.
just-
I was
it
waiting for
literally
it to
came and
happen, but
went.
the fact that it just happened was
It
awesome.
was so
Yeah,
early. We're
real
like,
quick.
what? Because I think they said lawyer about like 15 times in the first
Yeah.
10 minutes.
I
Like,
mean,
where is he
Like,
then?
don't
Like,
talk to your
hello.
lawyer.
Yeah.
Yeah, they just like kind of went for it.
That's all good.
Next time, if we do a watch party for No Way Home, we got to take shots with how many times to say lawyer in the first 10 minutes. We're done.
Deibs will be sleeping on the floor. Let's not do that.
I'll be right next to
Better,
him.
better call Matt Murdock.
No, I
Also
did
not
think that
Pop-
the scene was really cool though. I thought
Yeah.
I like that he came in. Like I said earlier, I think it lost a little bit of this thing by him not busting in the fucking interrogation room. I'm like, that would have been if he was just like, Peter, don't say a word. And or like, oh my god, if I just saw his
But
little
that
like,
would not make
He's, like,
sense
in the corner.
because they
If
didn't
they-
call for a lawyer yet.
they
That
could have
would
like,
make sense.
I don't know, they could have took us into like, and I felt like that would have like made us feel the heat of that interrogation even more because that was like a pretty big ass deal. Like you're fucking Spider-Man, the FBI is knocking at your door.
And you're being framed for murder.
But
Yeah, I
also,
was
like,
like,
what
what?
made them think to call Matt Murdock? Like, that's the next thing. Is like, how do they even like
I mean,
hear of
Well,
him?
because he
Like,
works with
He's
like
the best
broke
lawyer.
Oh, God, that's
He's
a
the best
dumb
lawyer in
question.
New
How
York.
did you hear
no,
about
you
a
never
lawyer
know.
in
But
New
like,
York City?
I
But he
understand.
works
But there's
with,
like a
like-
million and one lawyers. Like, I'm just
But
saying, like,
he's
Matt
the
Murdock
best.
special.
He's the best.
He's
I
probably- yeah,
know,
he probably
I'm
gets
just
around,
saying.
like the word.
And
I'm
it's
just-
in Spider-Man.
They could have.
Bro,
The number one thing Matt Murdock works on is superhero.
Yes, I
superhero,
know. I
lawyers.
know.
So,
Just saying.
All I know is
I just want to.
I wanted to see the phone call.
I want to bounce off
Great.
what Jalen was saying earlier. I think it just is like makes me excited for the future to see them back
yeah.
because Daredevil
Yeah.
season 3 was monumental, y'all. Like, I
Insane,
mean,
boy.
Excellent.
out of this world good.
All right, I have a
So
question.
just
for
having
you all.
that
Season
end on a
two, too.
cliffhanger. Season 2 is my favorite.
Oh my
personally.
God.
I have a
Three
question
was-
for you all.
Season
Do
two
you
is my
do you guys
favorite.
think the Netflix shows are now canon to the MCU?
No.
I don't know
No.
yet. I don't know.
So
I
I
don't think
think
so. So
Daredevil
far.
and
I think it's
Kingpin.
gonna be 50-50.
Yeah,
But
I-
it can't be
I think they're
50-50.
hitting
It has to be
40%.
100 or none.
Bro,
It
listen,
can't be
listen,
50-50.
Listen. I think they're gonna see who they can get back first from the Netflix shows.
Yeah.
And whoever they can't get back, that's what they retcon
Not
or
Finn Jones.
they switch the situation.
Oh, man.
Iron Fist.
Imagine if Kevin Feige's like, you know what, bro? I wanted an impossible challenge. Let me make people like Finn Jones.
Jesus
I'll
Christ.
As
just
I'm
get
guessing
Jessica
Captain.
Henwick back. We don't need
Yeah.
Finn Jones at all.
No.
So I gotta ask you guys a question now. We've been gloating about this film. We've been talking nonstop about how much we love it.
An
But
hour.
Do we have like any problems with this movie? Okay, Deebs. Okay, man. I'm sorry.
I've got one
Go
problem.
I've
Leo's
got one
like,
too.
I'm out. He's like, I'm out. There's no.
I've got one. It's in the picture.
I've got one.
I'm out.
Third.
Go ahead, Doug.
I thought for sure in the back of my head that we were getting the Sinister Six in this film.
I
thought
know.
for sure that was gonna happen.
True.
Okay,
Yeah.
so can I say something to that?
Wasn't promised.
Can I say
wasn't
something real
promised,
quick to
but
that?
okay.
Yeah.
Because I was
We
like,
got the fearsome four.
I feel like we're still gonna get a Sinister Six. Like,
Oh,
remember
yeah,
Adrian
bro,
Toome's been
100
popping up
assholes.
everywhere. So I was like, all right, this ain't the sixth movie. We'll see that in the college trilogy. Y'all.
Dude, they're
We gonna
just
get
being-
dark.
Venom.
My whole thing was like, this whole movie is about redemption. This whole entire film, even the villains, it's about redemption. And I'm just a little shocked that we didn't get Quentin Beck as that last villain here.
Yes,
in this
that's
movie.
what I was
I
saying.
mean, I
I'm
wanted
shocked we
Venom
didn't
for
get
sure.
Mysterio, considering that was the whole MCU Peter,
No.
redemption arc.
Yeah.
And it didn't happen. I thought for sure that was going to be the
Let
same.
me
Yeah,
ask
you
you
gotta
something.
die.
There
I
should have been
am
one
hearing-
villain from his. Like that's what I thought
From
was gonna
Tom's,
happen.
yeah. But let me ask you,
Yeah.
Deibs, would you have liked it if he was in it but still dead, but still had more messages for
Yes.
Peter Parker and lived through like a cyber, like
Yeah.
in the cyberspace
No.
essentially?
Post-mortem videos.
So like he's involved, he's still there, but like it's his influence. That's the
Zola
villain.
Mysterio.
I think
I mean, like got more evidence. Just saying,
Yeah,
we'll move
I have
on,
no
sexual
answer
work.
to that. I'll say no because I think this movie is top to bottom near perfection.
Yeah.
And too much is enough. Like, so that's the only negative I could find from this. I thought in the back of my head, we're getting a 6 reveal and it was going to be Mysterio.
So he's
I'm-
in a
I'm
Lego
glad it
set
didn't
too,
happen.
and I was like, dang, I guess he's not in it.
Yeah.
They just
I
Okay,
mean-
I have one question that's
Yeah.
like an issue / question because like as we know, like I know they put a nice little bow on everything at the end and everybody got to go home, which I didn't even like that because I don't like when the butterfly effect is ignored like that. I think those have bigger consequences. But can somebody explain to me? I'm assuming y'all watch the post-credit scenes because y'all are Marvel Knights. But why does Venom or why does Eddie Brock
Don't-
disappear?
don't-
I thought Eddie Brock's Venom was technically
No,
in Tom Holland's universe already.
I hate
No.
that
No,
post.
he's-
so
I
much.
loved it. I absolutely
I love
I
it.
hated
I
it.
loved it as
You know,
well.
you want to know why?
I hated it.
You know, want to
bro.
know why? Because, right. I want Tom Hardy with Tom Holland, but
I do
that
not.
means, but I do, Dives, because we've invested so much time with him. As much as you guys
Nah.
hate the Venom movies, it
Nah.
doesn't make sense to leave that. I invested time and money in the Venom movies anyway.
That's okay. You liked it, so it was good for you. But that
it
was an
just
hour and a half.
bothered
ago.
me. That's what I
Yeah.
wanted.
You
I
got
just think
Yoda
that, like,
drunk.
if this is the last time that we're gonna see Tom Hardy, I think it was done poorly, in my honest opinion. Like,
Oh, man.
it just didn't make sense to me. And like, we're gonna get another host for Eddie Brock, and I'm just like, okay, but Tom's right there.
There's
But-
a Venom
I've
3
just-
though.
This
They're gonna be
is
doing
the-
that.
Yeah, but are we gonna
That's
have
a
we're gonna have
symbiote.
two different Venoms?
Wait,
I'm like,
hold
okay,
up. Nobody
Well,
answered Jalen's
which is
question.
fine, but-
Yeah, I'm
Let's
trying to
clarify,
answer
Go
Jalen.
ahead.
Jalen,
I had to go on a tangent. I'm sorry.
Jalen, did you watch Let There Be Carnage?
I didn't, but I knew of the post-credit scene.
So in that sequence, it just kind of confirms that he's in his own universe and he got plucked from his universe into Tom Holland's universe. So that's why he disappeared.
and then he got plucked back and just ruined everything. Anyways, this is the whole
The
thing.
Venom movies are so bad, and I love the fact that
Oh, so
it's
him
so
seeing the
bad.
newscast was him getting plucked to begin with.
Yes,
Yeah, so
yeah,
post-credits,
yeah.
it's Let
I
There Be
forgot
Carnage.
everything that happened in the
From his
Venom
universe.
movies.
Thank you,
I
thank
love
you,
the fact
Lorado,
that
for
they, like,
explaining. I was too
had-
mad.
They had Tom Hardy and Venom in the movie for literally like 20 seconds, and they just got rid of him and kept the
Bro,
best part,
don't
which is
you-
this much.
The symbiote.
This much.
Imagine how like
Really
jarring,
a
imagine
super
how
like-
jarring it would have been
jeez.
for him to show up in the
Eddie,
circumstance.
you
I
have
was
to go
so
now,
pissed.
Eddie.
First, there's only
Literally
gonna be
so
Venom like
What
right
was the
here.
point? What was
I
the
mean, we
point?
obviously knew Tom Hardy.
to get
I
Venom over into the MCU. Yay!
No,
What- but what
Max
was
The,
the-
Carnage
point
is
of the
still on the
symbiote is to
table.
go into the bloodstream, so it doesn't matter how small it was.
You guys give too
It's
much of a
still-
shit for Venom. That's all
I
I'll
do
say.
because I loved it, and I'm just annoyed that they would go through. What was the point of that post-credit scene, fam?
No, I
Like,
don't
it doesn't
thi-
make any sense. And then
All
you
right,
pluck
get
him
him outta
back.
here.
like-
I can really explain why the
Yo.
point of the post-credit scene.
Get that
Nah.
heroic stuff out of here. We need like
Nah.
a
Ed, what was he
antagonist
doing
in
It
all
was
that
the best
time?
The
man?
fuck is he there?
The
was
best
at the
movie
bar the
Sony
whole
has
time?
made since Spider-Verse. Period. By far.
Wow.
Wow.
They
That
just
was-
made the "Let There Be Carnage" post-credit scene just
It was a waste of
fucking
time.
pointless. Like, bro,
Like,
No, it's
But
not. It's not.
I was like,
pointless.
yay,
Bro,
Sinister
what do you
Six,
mean it's
Venom
not
coming
pointless?
in. I was
Linda,
like,
shut
I
up,
can't
shut up.
explain. You guys keep
Bro,
talking.
how
I
do you
can't
how is
explain
that
it.
pointless? Literally
Continue.
in that post-credit scene, my guy, he goes up to the fucking television and licks it like a pedophile and says,
I
"Oh
love
my
my
god,
boy.
we want this man." And then, oh, you're just gonna leave behind a little bit of your semen for him to
Excellent.
attach on?
Excellent.
Okay. So
Like,
if-
I'm
if-
not saying I don't dislike it, but like,
I
get
hate
Tom
it.
Hardy.
Anyways,
in
go
there.
ahead,
if-
AJ.
if you
I
wasn't
just waste my
transferred-
fucking time.
Okay, if
with
you
that
wasn't
post-credit scene.
transferred within that universe, would that symbiote be there?
Let me ask you another question.
No.
How-
Answer the question first. Answer the question first.
Repeat it one more
Ooh-wee.
time. I wasn't
A lot of
listening,
things
to
in
be
there.
honest.
The multiverse is opening. People are coming in from
I
everywhere. I'm sure.
Yeah.
there's-
know,
But
but
that was
it doesn't
one
make
of
me
the-
like it
that was
though.
the
He's
so
only
I
part
there,
can
that
still
bro.
hate it.
Bro, they only used Tom Hardy to get the Venom to Tom's universe because they
Yes.
couldn't explain it any better.
Thank goodness.
Garbage.
Get that
What?
heroic Venom.
I would have rather have
comedy
had an
trash on outta
asteroid
here.
hit Earth and have the
Preach, Leo,
symbiote.
preach.
Nah.
It's like get the Venom
preaching.
1 and Venom 2 back into their own little pocket. That look, they can do their thing, and we can have
But-
Venom
But
over.
Leo,
as the
you bring up
antagonist.
another good point. How are they really in their own pocket? Because let's think about it. We know Morbius is connected to these movies.
Yeah, they're in that
But-
SPUMC
but-
thing.
But listen,
Spunk.
Morbius has Michael Keaton as the Vulture character in it.
Yeah,
See,
So
I think
how-
they're
crossover-
shooting themselves in the
they're
foot.
still
I think that's
connected.
why I'm
This
saying
was a
that.
dumb
They're still
post-credit scene.
connected
This
somehow.
storyline isn't over yet.
Yes, it is.
Wow,
we're-
thank-
We're getting a new
okay,
host.
okay, so Vulture's gonna like disappear at the end and go back to the MCU.
we don't know
Leave
what
it
the
to me.
time-
UMC
we don't know what
alone.
the time
I
is
know,
with Morbius, though.
AJ. I just didn't like it. The
Hey,
way
I,
they
Wait,
I actually have a
look,
question.
look,
Since we are
I
talking about
understand why
negative
y'all
parts of
didn't
No Way
like
Home,
it.
we're
I'm
not talking about
trying
Venom.
to help y'all make sense of it.
I have
I'm
a question
sorry.
for everybody.
Y'all seem
Right.
to-
I'm
What's
sorry.
that question, Lo?
I'm just
Was
upset.
anybody else
Oh,
like
Amanda,
kinda
shut
like
up.
was anybody else touched like that they were so dismissive of Tom Holland's Uncle Ben?
No.
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 Not
No,
anymore.
no.
Not
Real,
anymore.
I was a little salty at first.
Yeah,
One more
I mean,
rewatch,
no
I was-
mention, nothing like.
It made
That horse is
the
dead. That
replacement.
horse
One
is
little
dead.
drop.
That's what they were doing.
It
I
was
just
like
needed a
fixed
drop.
for me.
If
It was
it,
fixed.
see if it's low, if the gravestone she was right next to Ben Parker, I'd be like, boom, bingo. That's all I needed.
That's what I thought
But-
they were gonna do at the
Because
cemetery.
look, I don't mind Aunt May taking the place of it spiritually, but it just felt weird. Like we see this whole story, we see her in Civil War. It's like she's alone, and obviously something happened. I just thought it was weird they didn't
All
mention
right,
it.
but okay. I will say this: we are getting a prequel to Homecoming with the
Yeah, we're
with
getting
the
a year
cartoon.
one.
So
Oh yeah,
he can
Animated
he can
show.
still be explained within the animated show.
Wait, when are we getting a prequel to Homecoming? This is news to me.
Freshman years, right?
Freshman
Yeah,
year,
freshman
it's called
year.
Spider-Man.
Freshman
It's an
year.
animated
When he
show on
first
Disney
becomes
Plus
Spider-Man.
coming out next. Oh, I think it's coming out in 2023 though, because it wasn't on the Disney Plus video.
Yeah.
So I think it's gonna come out in like 2023.
Yeah,
But,
major,
um,
like Harry Potter vibes. Like you see like Spider-Man start out like light and soft and a little cheesy, and now we're going like full
Yeah.
like, Prisoner of Azkaban starting this next film. That's where I see this going.
But Lo, I think the scene that perfectly explains the answer to your question is when they're all on the rooftop and explaining the one thing they all have in common is the one person who meant the world to them is the one person who gave them the infamous with great responsibility, with great power comes great responsibility speech. Like I feel like that's the thing that sugarcoats it all is even though she's not Ben Parker, it's still the same case. They all lost a aunt or uncle, a relative that meant the world to them and gave them that amazing fucking speech.
Favorite scene in the movie. Easy.
Yeah.
Dude, just so heartwarming because even though we all know that they're all Peter Parker, they all relatively have like the same family life with the same character names and stuff like that. This is something other than just genetics that kind of bond them between experiences that I think gives it that extra push that even though it is an Uncle Ben in this movie, Aunt May is just as good.
And this is where I hope this franchise goes. I hope that like if Peter Parker, Tom Holland's Peter Parker has a problem, he can go to like the next universe, the next multiverse and talk to like Andrew Garfield and be like, Yo,
But
dude, I have
I don't
something
think-
here.
I don't know
need to,
about that.
vent.
I don't know about
I need
that. That's a
guidance.
bit
I need-
much.
I
I
would
need
love
I
that.
need to hear your thoughts
Fan
about
fiction.
this. I need a life lesson.
I
That's
mean,
why I hope
literally, we all
I
said
kind
the
of want
same
him to be
thing.
alone now. Like this is
think so?
Spider-Man hitting the
Bro,
streets, webbing through.
They're telling you that
like,
too at the end. They're like,
Yeah.
bro, he's alone. He's by himself. It's sad. It's miserable. All he's got left is being Spider-Man at this point.
I
My
hope
favorite
that's
part of the movie, man. That new suit swinging through. By the way, guys, it seems like
Okay.
he's gonna pop up in Hawkeye at this point. Like
You
the
think so?
last shot of Hawkeye is gonna be them like, hey, look, Spider-Man swinging through. Oh,
Yeah, Rogers the
Christmas
musical.
tree.
Or maybe he's
I saw that
investigating
too.
Kingpin when he shows up. Who knows?
Doubtful.
Because that's a
I
street
saw
level.
Rogers the
That's-
musical poster.
That's a street
Yep.
level. That's
Yeah.
a street level theory, bro. I mean,
Man,
come
can
on.
we see Spidey versus Kingpin, please?
Please.
Vincent D'Onofrio.
Please,
Please.
versus
We
Tom
got it in
Holland.
Spider-Verse. Let's get
Nah,
him
we
in
get
this.
So I gotta ask you guys a question because I
Another
kind of
one?
got fucked in the ass by my movie theater on this one.
Yes.
And what do you guys think about that Multiverse of Madness trailer? Because my theater did not show it.
Oh no.
Oh,
I
it
did
was
not
great.
see it.
Wait, when did you leave? When did you leave?
Bro, literally they turned the lights on
They
and they
turned it
shut
off?
they shut the projector off.
Oh.
Yeah. They straight up they didn't even show like the secondary
So
credits.
dumb.
They shut it off.
Well, you
It
can
was
always watch
bang.
it.
It was
Dude.
banger, bro.
That's
You,
wow.
you can watch it on
Right.
YouTube. You're fine.
It's not up
That's why I'm
yet.
not too worried. Once I found out it was the trailer, I'm like, it's a
Yeah.
trailer at least. It
have
wasn't like a
two-
big moment. Sorry,
I have
Pete.
two takes, and I want AJ to like correct me if I'm wrong here because I'm wrong a lot. So my question is, it seems like when we got like the ending of Loki, spoilers, sorry, that like all the kind of multiverses were changing and stuff. It seems like the events of Spider-Man No Way Home, all the villains are getting sent back, and that's going to be the source of what changes kind of the different multiverses there. And then my second take is What If. My favorite episode of What If was the Doctor Strange episode. The fact that we're
Easily.
getting that into a live action, that connective tissue is really exciting.
Oh.
Because for me, what If was widely forgettable, but that episode of Doctor Strange was terrific. I think that was the main thing.
Okay.
Kind of
so-
looked like we got
Strange.
Captain Carter too.
Whoa.
I mean, didn't y'all see the jacket, the star on the back of that person's jacket?
Oh yeah.
No, where was
Yeah,
that?
it's Chavez.
Yeah,
Where
yeah.
the
It's
hell
American
was that?
Chavez.
Well,
Was
Leo
that
watched
Travis?
it twice. So, that was.
That was American Chavez.
Yeah, there was a girl in the thing next to Wanda and Strange. So
Yeah,
Oh, I
no
missed
clue
that.
what you
That
guys
was
are talking
Chavez.
about.
But
I feel like that's a
on,
weird
I want
placement for
Captain
her.
Carter though.
Yeah,
Leo.
I was
want
kind of like, I
Captain
think that
Carter.
might be
That
Captain
would've been
Carter.
great.
I didn't.
It's
I
a
don't-
weird
I didn't get a
placement
good
for
vision.
Chavez,
Carter
but-
doesn't have
Bro.
a star in her back.
Literally went
that's
into
Chavez.
YouTube, searched up multiverse by itself. First thing come up is the trailer.
No, are you serious?
Yeah.
But like
Yep.
good quality or like
Oh, dude.
No,
the-
it's
bootleg?
decent. It's not.
bro,
It's not good. But
Okay,
it's
Okay.
you
decent.
guys about to
Might
watch
be
me get a
bootleg.
good a first reaction to the bootleg trailer.
lower
But
your
going on
volume?
what Deibs was saying about his 2 points, I think the Multiverse of Madness fiasco was a separate order from the Loki series stuff. I think that's a totally different situation. With the second point, what was the second point again?
My second point was we're getting the connective tissue of What If into live action.
Yeah,
That
yeah.
was
So
100% the Doctor Strange we saw in What If.
Yeah,
Doctor
so
Strange Supreme, yeah.
the events of Loki does connect to the events of What If, so that's going to connect What If into Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness, which we get a second Doctor Strange, and that's when Mordo says the ultimate threat to our universe is Doctor Strange, meaning the evil
Yeah.
version of Doctor Strange. So it's,
Mhm.
It's getting out of hand.
Damn, bro, this shit looks
It's a
kind of
lot.
crazy.
I have a question for WandaVision fans. I'm talking to you, Leo. So I remember Dives. You remember this when we did our finale discussion. I came into Multiverse of Madness expecting Wanda to be like almost like a nemesis to Strange
Yeah.
or a villain. And the trailer kind of flipped that on my head. Like
Yeah, I
she
thought
was, like,
she
"Oh,
was
what's
the
up?"
bad guy,
like just
yeah.
chilling, like not doing
Yeah.
anything evil or suspicious. But it makes me wonder: is that a red herring or
It's
are
a
we on the
misdirect.
money with our theory?
Yeah, I think that's
See her in
potentially a
her
misdirect
costume
as
in the
well.
trailer.
it's a 100%. Like I said, I do not trust any actor from Marvel. So
Okay, so
Don't
we're
trust them
classic
trailers
Marvel
at all.
misdirect.
It's a
Yeah,
misdirect.
it
Bro,
seems like a
Mordo got the
misdirect.
cut, bro. Mordo got the cut.
Man, did anybody else's
Yeah,
theater
that
like
was
freak
weird.
out when Mordo popped up? Like my theater, like
I
He was
freaked.
looking
I did.
good.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they
I'm
probably
like,
did
yes.
that.
Not mine for some
Oh,
reason.
look, it's
Too
Scott
many
Doctor Strange, bro.
sorcerers.
No one knew who Wanda was in my theater. I'm like, are you guys living under a
I'm like,
freaking rock?
I freaked out.
I
Are
was like,
you living under
"Hey!"
a rock? Watch
Man, bro,
WandaVision.
that
I was
was
like,
fucking
yeah.
cool.
That
Right?
was Shuma Garoth, right? Like that was.
Yeah,
in
that
the-
was Shuma Garoth. Yeah.
That's really cool, man. That's really
good
really
stuff.
cool.
Wanda could
Damn,
be
bro,
working with
Sam-
Dark Strange.
Also, I love
Sam
how-
Raimi's gonna knock it out.
And I also love in
love-
No Way Home they use the runes with Doctor Strange just like they did with
Yeah.
Wanda. Which was really cool.
Yeah. Guys, so this movie has come and gone already. And you know what? I know Leo has got this shit listed already, but how do you guys feel about doing a little ranking? Real quick.
Most def,
Both-
mine might have
Oh,
changed.
yes.
We just
Both-
all pull up Letterbox at the same time.
Both
Yeah.
Yep. Mhm, yep.
We're gonna rank this in two ways. We're gonna rank it overall MCU and overall Spidey.
Oh, we're gonna just like argue with each other now.
We're-
That's
we're-
great.
Yeah, I was
we're
like,
All right,
It's gonna be
Let-
awesome.
Let's set some rules before we do this. 'Cause
What do you
this
mean
is
some
gonna-
rules? What do you mean some rules? Okay, so
It's gonna get chaotic. It's gonna get chaotic.
no Venom
Are we-
movies. Spider
are we
Verse
That's
including
fine.
the-
We're gonna do
are we in-
one at a time.
Are we including the shows with the movies?
no, just the MCU. Actually,
The
yeah,
movies?
fucking
Oh, okay.
everything,
No,
everything.
Yeah, the MCU
Okay,
as a whole
okay.
has to
Everything.
be counted.
We
I
giving
forget-
our whole
I could do that.
ranking or just like top 10?
Should we
No,
do
just
do
just
the
where
eight-
Spider-Man is. Just where.
Oh,
Spider-Man
yeah,
is.
Spider-Man, yeah. I gotta
just-
watch No Way
okay,
Home
I'm
again.
like, dang. I was really about to get my Google Docs pulled up.
should we
Dude, get Letterbox. It's so much easier.
do a
Letterboxd is the
collective
bomb.
S to F tier and we'll like grade it?
Say that again, Deibs. Sorry,
Should we
cut
do the
out my-
collective like S to F tier and I'll keep
No,
score?
then we're really gonna fight.
Yeah, 'cause
I don't
we-
grade my movies.
It's
man.
gonna
I
be
Yeah.
an
watched you
actual-
guys the other night. I'm like,
It's
they're
gonna be the
arguing.
end game.
I'm like, Deibs,
It's
the
gonna
three
be
of us
the
are
end
pretty
game.
brutal. All right,
Alright.
so AJ, do you want to participate in the rankings since you don't grade movies anymore?
I mean, I can still participate in the.
Oh, I wasn't sure because if I said we were grading this, you
The
definitely
sass
couldn't
right now.
participate.
The
I
sass.
can't. I'm gonna be honest. I can't grade the MCU anymore because it just
Loretto,
It's
are you
exhausting.
joining? Are you
Yeah.
joining in on the ranking?
Lol
To be
looks
honest,
scared to
like,
death.
no, look,
Well,
look.
come on.
It's not that I'm not giving this 5 stars, but I want to watch No Way Home again before I do any of my rankings.
I understand, bro.
What a
I can do
challenge.
the rankings, but just not. The
You know what?
I could do the
I'll start this bitch off hot. You know what? Number one in all categories, bro.
Same.
I'll just say it right here: best Spider-Man film, best MCU movie. It's definitely top one of the most rewarding films of all time in the MCU.
Yep.
On top of Endgame and Infinity War, if not number one for you guys.
Let me look at my MCU ranking real quick. Hold
No,
on.
honestly, I probably don't
Mine-
like your fucking.
Shout out to
MCU.
Letterbox.
So mine, I'll do my top 3 because
Oh, we're doing top 3.
The
then?
rest of mine is shitty. You
Hold
know
up,
We can
that.
do
hold
top
up. We're
five.
doing-
Do
Yeah.
top
all right.
five.
You want to do top 5?
Top
I'll do
five.
top
If we're doing
5.
top, okay, if we're doing top
Okay.
5,
Oh,
I'll
no.
restart. I'll restart.
Okay,
Alright, let's do
since I'm
top
already
5.
talking. Okay, top 5
Oh,
MCU.
fuck, you're going. then?
Yeah, I just said I was going.
Fine, go.
Guardians of the Galaxy at 5, Infinity War at 4, Black Panther at 3, but I may switch Infinity War and Black Panther, and then Winter Soldier at 2, and No Way Home at 1. I did it.
Oh wow.
Wow.
Damn.
I love it.
Listen, for it to dethrone Winter Soldier, like I love this shit. So
And we're like
Yeah.
in the same brain right now.
yay! I love it.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna.
I don't know any bigger Winter Soldier fan than Deibs and Amanda.
Yeah, yeah. That was my
Love
whole take leaving the theater. Was that better than the Winter Soldier? That was my big take.
Yeah.
And I agree with
Mhm.
Low. I definitely need to watch it again, but I think the highs of the highs was this movie. This movie here, I thought it was better than Infinity War. I thought it was better than Endgame. I'm going to go for me, 1, No Way Home. Number 2, Infinity War. Number 3, I will go. Oh my gosh, I will go Endgame. I'll go number 4, Guardians of the Galaxy, and number 5, I will go Shang-Chi.
I love that Guardians is in our top 5 right now. I love it.
Bro, Guardians isn't like everyone's top 5. That's
It's
my
so
number
good.
It should be.
5.
It's a good
Then
Hey,
film.
mine.
it's not my top
GOTG.
5.
Bro,
in
this-
mine.
He said, hashtag not my top 5.
I'm gonna hear Ragnarok on this panel and be like,
I hope so.
Damn, bro. You guys
All
are
right,
bugging.
can I jump in with my top 5
Story,
real quick?
Amanda.
Go
Story.
ahead.
Don't mind.
Okay,
I
I
know.
think let me see. I got my letterbox pulled up. Now that y'all done put me on a letterbox, I got them all pulled up with the posters and whatnot.
You're welcome, my friend.
Thank you.
You're
No, I
welcome.
appreciate it. But for me, I think I'll go 5 Guardians of the Galaxy, 4 Black Panther,
Nice.
3. Hold on, I'm looking at it again. Maybe I wasn't ready because now I'm like debating it in my mind. 3, I think I'll go Infinity War. 2,
Damn, bro, that's disrespectful.
Nah. 2 for me is still Civil War. I think Civil War is being slept on. I really like that movie.
Yeah,
and
I'm
then-
surprised it's being
Yeah.
slept on.
No, Civil War is good. I'm not gonna
Yeah.
tolerate any Civil
Yeah,
War
fuck
slander
this.
in the chat tonight.
Civil
You
War's
gotta
great,
go
man.
watch
I'm
other
not gonna
streams that I've
slander
been
you,
on, man.
Civil War, Dalen. I got you.
Civil War is
Sokovia
the
Accords
bomb.
can suck it. I'm not even gonna go there with any of them.
Wait, what's your number 2?
Team Iron
Number
Man.
2.
I thought so.
Civil
Guardians
War.
5, Black Panther 4, Infinity War 3, Civil War
War.
is 2, and then No Way Home, baby. Number
Nice.
1.
Damn, bro.
Wow,
Damn.
number
All right, who's next?
Woo.
All right, hold up, bro. You guys are probably tired of me because I got Guardians at number 5, Thor Ragnarok at number 4, Spider-Man Homecoming at number 3,
Aw.
Infinity War number 2, and No Way Home at number 1.
Wow, man.
Wait, what was your number
Another
3?
number 1.
My number 3 is Homecoming.
Freaking Hoko.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, I like
And-
Homecoming. Don't get me
and
wrong.
I-
really like Homecoming.
And I just pushed that there like after the recent rewatch. It was at like number 5.
You can
What
keep
number is it
pushing
at?
it.
I'm
though.
sorry.
3.
Just keep
It's at number
pushing
3
it
for
down the
me.
list, right?
That's how I feel about Winter Soldier.
Beyond
Wait,
the
Ryan, just out of curiosity, Ryan, can you rank like your top 3 Spidey films right now?
Of
Oh,
course I
God.
can. Well, so my top 3 Spider-Man, number 1, No Way Home, number 2, Homecoming, and number 3, Spider-Verse.
Okay.
Homecoming.
I thought we were
so
gonna do like
I
hard.
thought he was gonna say
Uh,
Spider-Man.
Nah, bro, I got okay, so actually, damn, now I gotta pull out my Spider-Man list because Leo, you're gonna hate me for this, or I know Amanda does hate me
Obviously.
for this.
Where's
'cause
TASM?
after rewatching everything, no, bro, you guys gonna hate when I put something over something else. After the rewatch,
Spider-Man 3.
Spider-Man, Amazing Spider-Man 2 is at number 8 out of 9, and Amazing Spider-Man's at number 6, and Spider-Man 2002 is at number 7.
You're the worst. person.
Nah. Go ahead, Long Walk, buddy.
no.
Go ahead.
I-
Go ahead.
Oh my God, Ryan.
Wait, hold
number
on.
four.
What's above? What's above
Spud-
O2?
Ryan,
What's the
I
one
can't.
directly above that one?
Amazing
So
Spider-Man.
at number 5, Spider-Man. At number 5,
With
Spider-Man
Lizard,
2.
bro.
What?
With Lizard.
Lizard over Doc Ock.
You're
Ryan.
crazy.
I'm sorry.
sorry.
Goblin.
What?
I'm out of here. Bye, guys.
He
Wait,
put
whoa, who said
Spider-Man
Lizard over
1.
Doc Ock? Who said
He
Lizard
put
over Doc
Spider-Man
Ock?
1.
Lizard over
He put
Green
him over
Goblin.
Green Goblin. He put him over
Bam.
William Dafoe.
Yeah, I'm out of here.
Yeah. Yeah, bro.
I've
I'm
never
sorry. I
been so
literally I hate
disappointed in my
Kirsten Dunst
life.
in these movies that
I
much. Like, bro,
cannot.
I cannot stand her and Toby
But,
like being
like,
cute.
They're so adorable.
Okay, who's doing
They
their
are.
rankings
They're
next?
so
All right. Anyway, Leo,
Who's doing
Leo,
their rankings next?
what is your ranking, Leo? What is your ranking?
We're talking MCU or
Yeah.
Spider-Man?
MCU as a
MCU.
total
Both.
with the TV shows.
Both
Okay, so after having seen this a second time, because I did have it at number 3, I'm bumping it up to 1, baby. That second, to bump that shit up to 1. Like, oh my god,
We love to
perfect
see
movie
it.
for a Spider-Man fan, and honestly, a Marvel fan in general. Just
Yeah.
beautifully done. Right after, I would have Infinity War at number 2, Black Panther 3, WandaVision at 4, and Eternals at 5.
Damn, WandaVision 4. Oh,
I like that.
And
WandaVision.
where's
Wow.
Thor Ragnarok? Remind me.
Thor Ragnarok is now at 12.
As it should be.
No, it was
Yeah.
at 10 though. It was at 10 for it was riding a hard 10, but
Mid-tier.
Shang-Chi, WandaVision coming in. I was like, man, this has been a
Types
hell of a
is
year.
I'm sorry,
Yo.
Amanda, that you're tight that the Winter Soldier is overrated.
It's not
Nobody said
overrated.
Shang-Chi.
Yeah.
Shang-Chi's
Captain
great.
Shang-Chi's at number
Shang-Chi.
9 now,
Hang
bro.
on, hang on.
Shang-Chi easy out, like it's right outside my top 5. It's
Where
so
is
good.
it?
so
Where is
good.
where is he? I
Shang-Chi
think
That might not
Shang-Chi
be
I
nine.
have at 7 after Ant-Man. That's right.
To be
I
fair,
said
I
Ant-Man at number 6.
To be fair, I haven't seen a lot of movies this year, but Shang-Chi was if I had to do a ranking, that was my number 1 movie until now.
It's so good.
It was so
Shang-Chi's great. Yeah.
And it's so rewatchable. Like it's just so much fun to watch it.
Especially that first half when he just
Tony
buses buildings and
the martial
Homie just
arts side
king
of it.
shit.
flying through everything.
Did Ryan
But what about? I was
Ryan,
gonna
you
say,
gotta
yeah,
do it.
Ryan.
Yeah,
What is your ranking, my man?
For me,
Yeah.
No Way Home. Oh wait, I'll just do my top 5. Number 5
Yeah.
is Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah.
4 is Civil War. 3 is Winter Soldier. 2 is Infinity War, and 1 is Endgame.
Nice.
No
I
Way
will
Home is
accept
8. No Way Home is 8.
Wow.
Okay.
I've only seen it once. Like I can't put it at number 1.
I hear it. I
Well,
hear it.
We'll see
Interesting.
on multiple rewatches.
Ryan, where you got
What-
Black Panther at?
We got yeah.
No Black Panther in the top 5?
Black Panther, it's number 12.
Oh man, it's way down there.
Way down.
Way
Okay, I have
down
Thor.
there.
I don't know,
Ragnarok
man.
in
He's the top
22nd
five. It
ain't
spot,
even top
guys.
10.
Shang-Chi
Alright.
came out recently.
Ragnarok's in 22nd spot for me. So
Ragnarok,
Well,
Ragnarok's
it's
number
fine.
10.
We all knew Amanda.
Ragnarok's
I'm
number
sorry,
10.
24. I lied. Even worse.
Eternal,
Bro,
that
okay,
up.
get
Yeah,
out
bump it
of
up
here,
to 20.
bro.
Eternals is 21.
Bump
Bro,
up
yeah.
Ragnarok though to like 20.
So-
I don't. Well, anyway.
No,
Well,
because
wait,
the end of
could
Thor
you
2
rank
did
it?
make it seem like Thor 3 was going to be a little bit darker
Yeah.
and more like low key versus Thor based.
Thank you.
Actually, very low key versus Thor based. You killed my dad, I'm coming for you, especially if I'm
Thank you.
fucking Thor. I got Mjolnir. Well, he didn't have Mjolnir anymore, but yeah. But it's enjoyable because it's kind of like the Planet Hulk film that we never got. So
Yes.
I enjoy
Yeah.
Ragnarok.
Well, we don't need any more Hulk movies. And you just.
Whoa!
I don't want to stand alone.
I
think
want your own.
I need another Hulk.
Bravo.
I need
Just
a,
put him in the show. I'm
This
not
is
gonna
why we
even-
don't invite you on.
No, I would
we
love
need
to
that
get
Hulk
Called
movie,
hot
Kevin
takes.
Feige. Do not listen to her. We need
Yes,
that.
we need another Hulk
Mm.
movie.
Waiting on
Absolutely.
that Hulk movie.
Nah.
Incredible
So-
Hulk,
I would love to
underrated.
get-
Little.
a Wolverine
Sorry,
versus
guys.
Hulk movie would be pretty legit.
In like 2000 and whatever, but
Yeah,
not
I
now.
don't know.
If we had it in 2005 or 6, sure, why not?
Yeah,
Give it
yeah.
to me. But now it's
Damn.
like
Loretto,
Wait,
do
what?
you feel comfortable ranking this, or do you have
Yes,
to
no,
watch
no,
it
so,
another time?
I don't want to do my Spider-Man ranking yet. I'll do MCU though.
Do
So
MCU. Come on, give us the
my
general.
top 4, I'm not gonna lie, it didn't change much. But
Son
look,
of
let's
a
go.
bitch.
Number 1, Infinity War. Number 2, Civil War. Number 3, Ragnarok, because it's a wonderful
Yeah.
film. I don't
like
care.
the love,
I don't
love.
care.
Ah!
Endgame number 4. And look, guys,
I'm tired.
I had Eternals in my top 5, but
Ooh.
No Way Home
No
snuck
Way- I
its
was
way
like, okay,
in.
No Way Home.
Yay!
It is my
Now-
favorite.
Home creeped in.
Now,
Hey,
if we're
this
talking
might
about
change on
a
the
top,
rewatch, but
20 movie,
No Way Home made my
ooh.
top 5, just barely.
Well, good job. Good job.
wow,
I forgive
Loretto.
you, Lo, for having Ragnarok that high.
We'll do a
That's
Spider-Man
absolutely
ranking.
wrong.
You do have Ragnarok
Ooh,
dumb high. I'm not
Spider-Man.
gonna lie. Top 3.
That's a bold move. Top 3, Lo.
Yeah, I got
Bold.
that at 12.
It's quite the
That's
take.
bold. That's bold. Does anyone have any Spider-Man list they want to give before?
think
we-
I
Ryan
can
had
give
it.
my Spider-Man
Yeah.
list.
Ryan.
Woo!
Ryan. Come on, it
All
can't
right.
be any hotter than mine.
No sauce.
Okay, number 1 is Spider-Verse. Spider-Verse is number 1. 2 is Spider-Man 2. 3 is Spider-Man 1. 4 is No Way Home. That could change on rewatch. 5 is Far From Home. 6 is Homecoming. 7 is Spider-Man 3. 8 is Amazing Spider-Man. And last is Amazing Spider-Man 2.
Yes.
I mean,
Yes, bruh.
fair.
Get them
Whoa.
right up underneath Spider-Man 3, because
Bro,
Woo.
Spider-Man 3's dog shit.
Spider-Man
no one
3
can
is-
convince
I
me there's
love
anything
it's the
good.
Spider-Man
lower tier.
Bro,
It's the
I
lower
actually
tier.
really
Bro,
It's
like
a
that.
good
bro,
try.
there's
I got him in
absolutely
the
not
bottom 3,
one
but
saving grace
TASM?
about that fucking movie.
TASM 2
Bro,
Can I-
literally,
worse.
I was wishing Kirsten, Mary Jane. Sorry, I have to differentiate them now. But Mary Jane in that movie, bro, I swear to God, I was like, dude, just kill her at this point. She's been here how many times?
Damn, dog. You
Bro,
want to
like,
get her to get
literally-
the Gwen
bro,
Stacy treatment?
Like literally,
Snap neck.
even watching No Way Home, I'm like, damn,
That was sad as hell.
she's even making Peter smoke 12 packs a day. Fuck, she's still ruining his life, and he's still going at her.
That was
Ain't that
offset,
bad.
Ryan. I told you he had issues offset.
Yeah, that
It
was with
wasn't-
drinking. That's why this is a
I
smoking
didn't mind
joke.
Kristen.
Yeah, I was like, Kirsten Dunst was fine for me. She wasn't.
You guys see,
absolutely
guys, right there. You want your love interest to be fine, bro. I'm on another level. I got Gwen Stacy from
Yeah, but-
Amazing Spider-Man 1
but
and
she-
2. bro. She
Okay,
far.
but you
better
have
is
to
the
than
look at
best.
Kristen
how
Dunst.
hot. No, wait a minute. Kristen Dunst was on a tear back in the day in the early
was.
2000s.
Well,
so that's why they
it was
cast
back
her.
That
in the
first
day
movie?
and not
Like,
today,
Well,
sweetheart.
Bring It On.
So-
I understand that, but Bring It On was massive, and that's why
It's a
they
great
cast
movie.
her
Yep,
too, right?
yep.
So,
Great movie.
Yeah.
I love it.
Anyway,
All right, I'll go.
go ahead,
Woo!
Deibs.
Go Deibs.
All right, we're going No Way Home.
Yep.
We're going Spider-Verse.
Yep.
We're going Spider-Man 2. We're going Far From Home. We're going Spider-Man. We're going Homecoming. Amazing Spider-Man 2. I love that movie. And then we're going Amazing Spider-Man, then Spider-Man 3.
Oh,
Wait, you love
that.
TASM too?
I love
You
it so
put
much.
Spider-Man 3 at the
Oh
bottom. Deibs?
no! Bye bye. I'm just kidding. I have not rewatched that movie since 2015.
It's so good. Best-
Watched it.
Arguably the best score of any Spider-Man movie.
Okay,
Yes.
so
And
I will
Daniel
give you.
DeHaan is in it. Like Daniel DeHaan is really underrated. Like fuck
Oh,
with
I
that
did not
movie.
like him in that.
Oh,
Yeah,
Electro was
he's a
awful,
great
but
actor.
he
I
got
just
big
think
time redeemed.
After
in
he
this
was
movie.
in Valerian, it just went.
That's who
downhill
needs
for
redemption
him.
right
It's
there.
my, birth,
Dane
it's my
DeHaan
birthday,
really does
Spider-Man. I'm gonna pull out my candle.
It was,
It was the teeth.
he
Okay,
I'll-
needed a
I'll
voice
jump in.
manipulator.
I'll
Yeah.
jump in for rankings next.
Woo.
So number 1, No Way Home. Number 2, Spider-Man 2. Number 3 is Into the Spider-Verse. 4, Far From Home. 5, Spider-Man. 6, Homecoming. 7, Spider-Man 3. 8, The Amazing Spider-Man, and 9, The Amazing Spider-Man.
I
2.
hate how.
Here's what
yeah,
okay, so
I
I want
hate
to
how
say
high you
something.
put
I want to
Spider-Man
give y'all.
3.
I want to
Oh,
give y'all
can I go
something.
next
The
then? Just to
Amazing
piss
Spider-Man 2. What I will say about that is it's got the best web swinging scenes out of all of those that
Facts.
came before No Way Home.
The
It
costume's
has some
great.
amazing building runs, and I'm like, dude, this was unreal, but everything else for me falls flat.
Garbage.
Can I go
Villains,
next?
motivations, all that. I'm like, nope. Dane
It was
DeHaan.
good.
Okay, sorry, I'm fresh
Oh,
out of a
God.
No,
TASM.
Dane
DeHaan.
DeHaan was
Fresh.
like, yikes. He needed
That
like a
was-
voice manipulator,
oh,
not that
God.
he had it, because it just sounded so bad for him.
I mean, my man was talking like this the whole
Yeah,
time. I'm like,
not
all right,
it.
I can-
He
all
needed-
right.
He needed
My
the
man
same
sound like he
voice
on the
thingy
toilet.
as like Ben as in Batman, I think, because that was really
Don't
good.
Ben
you
and
know
Batman
me?
was much better than
Don't
that.
you know me?
Or
I'm
so-
Electro. Nobody knows you're
Oh
Electro.
my
Shut
God.
up.
Electro was bad.
They kept
That
making
was
jokes
terrible.
about him falling into the eels, and I'm like, yes, keep making jokes about this happening.
There was
Peter,
the dialogue.
Peter, remember? Peter, you forgot my birthday. Nobody cares.
Oh, and the suit's good. The suit in TASM 2 was
Yes, fresh.
bomb. The eyes
so
a little
good.
big, but it's legit.
Here, I'll go next for my ranking. Number
Oh,
9.
hell.
Number 9 is Amazing Spider-Man 2.
Yep.
8 is The Amazing
Yep.
Spider-Man. I liked it better, I have to
Yep.
admit. Just because of like freaking, oh my God, Emma Stone.
It doesn't
and
matter
Andrew
if you liked it
Garfield's-
better because I know you're not putting it over Amazing Spider-Man 2 no matter what. So does it really fucking matter if you like it?
Why are you so spicy?
Because bro, I already know what you're
I
doing
know you
right
know
now.
my
I'm
list.
coming
Shut up.
at you.
I know. What else is new? Number 7, I have Spider-Man 3. Number 6, I have Homecoming because I did not like it. Number 5, I
Thank
have
you.
Spider-Man 2. Number 4, I have Far From Home. Number 3, I have Into the Spider-Verse. Number 2, I have Spider-Man. And then number 1, I have No Way Home.
Far From Home
Well,
over
what a
Spider-Man 2,
dog shit
folks.
list.
Y'all heard
Hell
it here.
yeah. Far
The
From Home is
disrespect for
magic.
Spider-Man 2.
Listen,
Bro,
I watched Spider-Man 2
no.
over again, and every time I'm like, oh, I can keep an open mind. I'm liking this. I'm vibing with this. And then something I don't like happens, and then it triggers me and it says, you know what? This is why I don't like it. And it
And
keeps
then you
happening
remember
throughout the
that an
movie.
infant child saved him from a burning building with her bare hands. Like, did you remember that 3-year-old that pulled up fucking Spider-Man from the third
And you
floor?
remember that
was
scene?
dangling?
I
Doc-
didn't-
Doc Ock.
Fam, I'm sorry.
Holy moly.
But yeah, Spider-Man
Sorry.
1 is second, Ryan. I'm sorry to
Love
break
that.
your
Bro,
heart.
bro,
Love it,
bro,
love it.
stop. Just stop right there.
Yeah, it's-
Spider-Man 1 is not a number
It's
2 Spider-Man
fantastic.
movie.
Just because of Green Goblin and then the upside
Whoa,
down
yes, it
kiss.
is. Yeah, it definitely is.
Chef's kiss.
Nah, bro.
Fantastic.
The
No,
Yeah,
no.
iconic
that up.
moments in
I'll follow
Spider-Man
that.
are
Top 5 now. That's
unforgettable.
Spider-Man on 2.
That kiss
still the
alone, I'm
greatest
like, that is
CBM of all
the best
time.
thing ever done, period.
it made it
Like,
Not
just
to
his
mention
back.
Willem Dafoe. I mean,
The
come on,
backflip over
huh?
the glider at the
The
end.
phone's
Yeah.
great.
Yes.
The phone's
Like-
great.
Amazing.
so
Not
good.
over Spider-Man 2 for me.
The attack over the festival parade.
For
That
me,
shit was
though.
sick.
Man, so many things that just happened in this fucking movie, and honestly, guys, I think we really just touched the key. A little arguments here and there, but that's typical, right? I mean, who are we without arguments in our life? We're nobody. That's the answer if you didn't know already. But that's really besides the point. And guys, man, we have gotten to the end of this review, but we gotta plug everyone first. So I was gonna say Loretto, but he's too busy texting his bitches right now. So we're gonna go over to We're over to
Ooh,
Deibs.
hello.
My man.
Oh, hello.
My man.
Honey's down there, huh?
You go, Loretto. What a
Yo,
chick.
yeah. He's out.
No, he's blushing and he turned off his camera. That means it's true. Lo,
I
don't
caught
fool us,
I
man.
caught him red-handed
Come on.
live. Bro.
Loretto,
Oh,
look
man.
at that smile. Look at that little
Look,
smile,
look, you going on
Loretto.
another date with what's her face?
What is
You
happening
said,
right
"What's your
now?
face?" Yeah.
Right,
Oh, man.
carry on,
You had
carry
a-
on.
you
Take
had
us
a date
away.
a couple of weeks
No,
ago,
you're
right?
fine. Lo, don't mute. Come on.
Jeez, bro.
Talk to us.
Bro, what did I just spill by accident? Yo, like what? Oh my god, we
Loretto's just
definitely
like,
recognize
come
him.
on. Look at that big ass grin on his. Look at that goofy ass
know.
face.
Yeah, you gotta get out of here, bro. 'Cause I didn't expect to catch you this badly. Come on, bro. Get out of here.
Damn, Lo, you got a Casablanca posted back there? Okay, I see you.
Yeah, let's switch the shit up now.
Casablanca, one of the best films ever.
Yeah, he's a film bro.
Love
Good
you,
shit.
Lo.
Loretto's
Who's
looking
looking at you,
right
kid?
now with that Spider-Man polo. He's looking nice.
Right, looking crispy.
Who's watching, Lo?
But he's wearing a
What is
Niners
happening
shirt.
right now?
Who's watching? Who's
Somebody's watching tonight, huh, Lo?
Who's watching?
Hey man, how's it going?
I'm like, man, whatever.
Hey, Lo's girl.
I know.
Boy
Drop a
down
W
there,
in
cutie,
the chat,
ain't
Lo's
he?
girl.
Oh
Drop a
no,
W.
he was. I understand. what
Roberto,
he's
you
doing.
gotta slide in like Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Boom.
With
That's how
those
you do it.
organic webs.
This just
Yeah.
turned into a film bro dating session real fast. So Loretto, what I want you to do is I want you to like take a note and be like, yo, baby girl, I just got out of Spider-Man No Way Home and I'm feeling real fucking good right now. I just put that shit in my number, like what'd you say, 8 spot? I mean, that's a little fucking low, but who really cares? You're gonna watch it, you're gonna love it. You're gonna be like, oh my god, Spider-Man, I love you so fucking much, bro. Tom Holland, you're the best Spider-Man. But you go up to baby girl, you're like, damn, baby girl, Tom Holland's the best Spider-Man. If you don't like Spider-Man, if you don't like Tom Holland's the best Spider-Man, I don't want to fucking date you. That's the done deal. That's what you got.
What is happening right
What?
now?
I just went so far.
Damn, what is going on?
We are still live.
Just to back up Low,
Well,
he was
that's
actually
just a little bit-
tweeting his
Amanda,
ranking
Amanda.
on Twitter.
Creep in the audience.
That's all I'm
Alright.
saying, Lo. But Deebmeister, Deebalicious, Deeb Pot, Deebster. Well, I'm just thinking of like delicious
going.
names to call you. But where can we find you, cutie patootie, with the hoodie?
Right there. Check out our Wheel of Time review with me and Christian tomorrow. That's going to be a lot of fun. That movie is, that TV show is terrific so far on Amazon. If you haven't heard of it, The Wheel of Time, it's really clicking these last few episodes. So if you love high fantasy content, check that out.
As I just get a notification about 3 reasons or 3 major health benefits of following a plant-based diet. But that has really no relevance here. Where can we find you, Amanda? Car engine last name.
Oh my god.
Oh, sorry,
Why?
Groggy.
Stop doing it.
Hit the
Stop
engine.
doing it. Anyways, this is a lot of fun. You guys are all awesome. You guys can always find me over at AMX NDA Reviews on Twitter, Instagram, and Letterboxd. My Spider-Man No Way Home review is up now. Quick turnover, fam. But yeah, it's on my website, candidexcinema.com. So yeah.
Man. If only
Yeah.
people read your reviews, but that's besides the point. What about you? What's going on, Leo?
Y'all can
Jackass.
come on over to youtube.com/geeklygoods for videos on the latest in geek. Got Spider-Man ranking coming up tomorrow, and then MCU ranking the day after that. And I can finally talk about Matrix 4. A review for that will be up on Tuesday. So come follow on
Whoa.
youtube.com/geeklygoods.
Look at you go.
I definitely felt like I was in some sort of fucking Matrix for 2.5 hours today, but that's
For real.
besides the point. Where can we find you, AJ?
Nowhere.
Oh.
I mean, that is a place
absolutely.
within
Really?
the MCU, bro.
I'll be at Amazon working my ass off, and that's it. And then going back to sleep.
It's not
Hey,
for
you got to show Loretto start making the cash, bro. You got to take the baby girl out. I mean,
I was gonna say something. I'm not gonna say it.
Loretto's done talking to me after this, but where can we find you, Ryan O'Toole?
Well, thank you guys for having me on. I love geeking out with you guys, talking No Way Home. You can find me there. See it there, Ryan O'Toole. I talk about movies. I just uploaded my Spider-Man No Way Home spoiler-free review. If you haven't seen it, for people, I don't know why, but go check it out. MCU ranking is coming out tomorrow. Matrix Resurrections review next week. Kingsman review next week. And Hawkeye series review next week. I am not going to be happy during that review, but look forward to all those videos coming up.
Oh, not a fan of
Damn.
Hawkeye? Wait,
No,
hold on, sidebar.
I don't want to talk about it right now.
Damn.
You and
Thank
Deibs,
you guys
y'all
for
formed the
watching.
Hawkeye Hate
Oh,
Club.
no.
Yeah.
HHC.
Thanks, guys, for having me.
Damn, Ryan, are you sure you're not sitting on a toilet bowl right now? Because it sounds like you're shitting out content recently.
Wow.
Oh my god.
That's a great one, Ryan. Good job. Great job, Ryan. Leo's done. I've never seen him do out of his chair.
Fucking
Are you
the
sure
way
you're not
Ryan
sitting on a
O'Toole
toilet
laughed
right now?
just had me dead, bro.
It's like this fucking idiot. But where can we find you, Jalen?
Yeah, so my user's right there. That's my user for Instagram, Twitter. Those are the only things I have. I'm not on Facebook. But I cover the news. I write about a bunch of stuff, honestly. So once you go to my page, you'll probably see my writings there. Sadly, I don't have as many reviews coming out as Ryan, but you can feel free to follow me on Twitter for some music takes and movie takes.
Nice.
Awesome. Oh, man, he's doing it again. He did it, bro. Loretto,
Loretto.
sex and baby girl, bro. It was your turn again.
All right, y'all, check it out. Y'all can follow me at Marcelo's Dirt.
Oh,
No, but for real,
Tell
though,
me
Letterboxd,
more,
Twitter,
Loretto. No,
I'm
don't-
always John Cox.
Loretto,
You know,
you got
I
me.
love movies, classics, MCU,
too.
whatever. And I'm a proud member of the Suit Up Geeks. Love you guys. We are all together again, and Spider-Man brought us together. It's beautiful.
No.
I think I'm gonna
That was
need
perfect.
to buy like a studio album of Loretto
Please.
just saying phrases in ASMR, and I'll just go to sleep in there. But that's totally
I like
besides
this
the
idea.
point. But yeah, you guys can always find me at Just Ryan again, and of course, I'm part of the wonderful Suit Up Geeks with AJ, Deibmeister, and baby girl Loretto over here. But you know what? I love participating in this. And guys, as per usual, we are so close to 100 subscribers. We gained 4 more during this live stream. Great stuff, guys. Let's try and get to 100 by New Year's Eve. And if you guys loved Spider-Man Home, No Way Home, just like us, don't forget to make sure to bro, when I say smack that like button, bro, make sure you're ripping up the multiverse again and bring Toby and Peter back. That's all I gotta say. And don't forget to smack that subscribe button, bro. Smack it so hard they got like call Matt Murdock for his lawyer. Like, come on, bro, you gotta smack that
I'm a
shit
really
so
good
hard.
lawyer.
But man, we also got the Wheel of Time review tomorrow, and we've got a No Way Home predictions video for what the future might mean after this movie, because man, oh man, I think I really have a good gist of where this next trilogy is going. So that's some really exciting stuff. And guys, subscribe so you're always aware of what we're doing, and follow our Twitter so you're always up to date with what our week holds for us. And guys, it feels great. The alleviation of finally seeing this movie is here, and it's relaxing, bro. It's like just getting out of a massage, a brain massage of just pure anxiety and thrill. And I thank you guys so much for coming out here, talking with us, and just having a good time. I appreciate Ryan. I appreciate Leo, appreciate Jalen. I only half appreciate Amanda. But yeah, you guys are so great and just amazing people to talk about this movie with. And Deibs, do you have anything else before we close ourselves out?
No, I'm going to close you out. Thank you,
Okay.
everyone. For watching.
We'll see you on the
Stay
next
all
one,
good, everybody.
Bye,
guys.
guys.
Peace.